Respectfully. What's going on? It's Aurie Styla, Respectfully podcast. Shout out to Trudge in the building. Trudge, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm all good, sir. I'm all good. I got my co-host, co-mic. I don't know what you want to call it, but what's going on, MIC DAMIANO? Mick is in the building.
Good to be here. It's been a while.
It has been a while. I saw you last week. What's wrong with you? Been in this space.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I first saw this, it was literally
an empty shell, innit?
an empty shell.
And now it's...
So to come here, and I see it a lot in pictures, but to come here now in person, it's...
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
I'm glad you could come through, bruv. I'm glad. You came here... Last time I think you came here it would have been over a year and a half ago where haircuts, innit?
It was a situation where people couldn't get haircuts.
I wonder what that situation was.
There was a situation, something happened along the line where people struggled to get haircuts, and I
Yes.
came to visit you. You obviously put a shout out to Bedford and said, who's the best barber in Bedford to cut your hair?
And he wasn't available.
And no, I wasn't available at the time. But I made myself available.
Yeah.
And and that's how we met.
So Mick is, Trudge, you know this now, Mick's a barber.
Yep.
In fact, I suggested for Trudge to come to yours. I did.
Yeah, you did.
And why haven't you come yet then?
Oh, well, there's a story behind that.
Is there a story behind this, Sam?
I like to hear this.
Is there a story, Trudge? Gee, I wonder what the story is.
I want to know it now.
All right, so basically, I moved to Bedford a while back, a couple of years ago. I went on Google and I went, I looked on the top rated barbers.
And I wasn't on there.
You need to get your Google AdSense up, bro.
I've done something here. No, basically, I went to, I don't want to promote it. I went to this barber shop in Bedford.
Yeah.
And I basically got chatting to one of the girls there.
Girls, there we go.
Yeah. That's kind of narrowed it
So
down.
you can't tell him that because he knows all the barbers in Bedford.
Oh, yeah.
It's a small town.
Oh yeah, no, he probably knows her, innit? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm basically like one of the women that run that place is my missus.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
My new one, anyway.
So your missus is your barber.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
You think free cuts, innit?
Did you get free cuts?
Oh yeah, it was going well until I started parking on the double yellows outside. Then I got tickets, so it's not really.
You don't get VIP treatment at home.
Oh nah, none of that. I barely got booked in. It's chaos.
Do you know what? When you are very close to a barber, like my family, like my brothers, my dad, even my son, I don't have time to cut their hair. So it's very hard. You think, oh, it's a blessing to have my partner as a barber, but to find the time, you're always like last on the list.
Yeah, no.
So it is difficult.
I've heard. They said, they think it's the dream, like going out of a barber. No, it ain't. It's chaos, man. I can't get booked in. So this is why I'm probably the only guy that goes out of a barber and I don't look fresh. So yeah, it's not good.
How it goes. I can't. I wouldn't. Would I want to go out with someone who has to deal? Like I used to have long hair, right? I don't think I want to be with someone who has to do my hair. I used to think I would, but when you have an argument with that person and you know you got to get your hair done that night or the night after, whatsoever, and you are in that tense moment, she's more inclined to go, I don't really want to talk to you. I need my space. I don't want to plait your hair or anything. That's what I think.
Or when you argue during the haircut.
You know what? I'm done in it, and then get up and then just leave it halfway done.
Do you know what? That happened to me. I'll tell you a quick story. I went Florida.
Bring the mic closer.
So I went Florida. It was a 3-week holiday. So
Yeah.
in between my holiday, obviously I needed a haircut. I had a haircut before I went. So a week and a half, I needed another haircut. And my missus, she's a hairdresser, not a barber, but she can do the basics. And I asked her, can you trim me up halfway through? And the only mirror we had was her little makeup mirror. Right. So this small little mirror that I kept trying to check my haircut in between. Anyway, it ended up in a massive argument. And you know when you start cutting someone's hair, you put obviously the ring line around the whole head like a bowl shape before you start fading it out. So she did that, and we ended up arguing for the whole haircut, and she just pretty much said, fuck your haircut, and just stopped doing it.
Serious?
And for the rest of my holiday, I had this big, massive... I mean, I could try to do the most I could on my sides, but the back of my haircut, still to this day, when I look back at my holiday pictures, I see this line right at the back of my head. Over an argument, over a haircut. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can't. There's certain people you can't. You don't argue with people that are going to serve you food. You can't argue with people that are going to make sure you look good and present well in that moment. You may be able to say something afterwards, but during the time or before, you can't have that conversation. Oh, no. And I love your missus. She's so dope as well.
Yeah,
she's such a dope. So whatever happened in that argument, it was your fault.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's 100%.
I can't remember, but it's gonna be. Yeah.
Now, Trudge, if you
fault.
ever meet his missus,
Yeah.
you can never see her and think she does anything wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can't. She probably. I might be biased in it because I don't know the ins and outs in the household.
I'll find something that she does wrong. I always like to do that. So I try and find something.
And you wonder why you don't get your hair finished now.
So I walk into the kitchen and I'm like, why is the fridge in here again?
Why?
I'll find something.
And you wonder why she doesn't want to finish your haircut.
Nah, bless her. She puts up with a lot.
She's dope, man.
She puts up with a lot. Myself, my kids, even my diabetic dog now.
Wait. I might sound ignorant to this, but dogs can be diagnosed with diabetes.
I've just found that myself as well.
Wait, did you know that?
No,
I just found out myself. It's pretty much. It sounds bad, but it's pretty much a death sentence for dogs, basically.
Serious?
Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, he's been ill. I've got a husky. He's been ill for about a year, and we were taking him backwards and forwards to the vets. He had a skin reaction. He just wasn't feeling himself. My dog's always full of energy. He lost all his energy. Didn't want to go for walks. Didn't want to do anything. So we knew something was wrong with him. Taking him backwards and forwards to vets. Vets were like, we've done blood tests. We've done this. We've done that. We can't find anything. Just put him on steroids. So he's been on steroids for about a year. He just got fat, really unhealthy. And then I had enough and took him private. As soon as I took him private, it was like he's got diabetes. But what they said when we went private as well, which is the sad thing, is he didn't have diabetes
until he got on the steroids.
Until he went
and
on the
got
steroids,
big.
yeah. So it's just like, can I sue? Well, only if he died, you can sue. So you can't sue anything now. So it's just like, unfortunately, he's been died. It's a hard work. We've got to inject him twice a day. In the morning, he's got to be on like 7 in the morning, 7 at night, and we've got to make sure we got to catch his piss. So every morning he goes for a piss.
Wait, what?
We have to catch because we've got a pH scale and monitor his piss.
So you need to measure his piss to see where his blood levels are.
So we've got to go out there with a little bucket when he's gone for a piss, and the strange looks he gives us when we're chasing him around.
Yeah.
Put a bucket. We've got to do that every morning. So we've got to measure his. It's hard work. So he's got to get. I mean, he's a husky. He's full of energy anyway. And we take him for like 2 walks a day. But now the vet said more. It's like more.
I mean, he is big. I mean, but you ain't got the. I mean, I get it because he's big. You need to give him his exercise.
Yeah.
But on top of that, like you said, like more than 2 a day when you got work and Mrs. got work, you got kids to look after.
It's hard, but that's the responsibility you got to do when you take on a pet and a dog. You've got to do it.
I'm gonna be so. This is I'm gonna get so much hate for this. I'll be so honest with you when it comes to pets and stuff.
Go for it.
I've never wanted like a dog or anything.
Why?
I just feel like I haven't got any children, but when I do have children, I know that there's a part of me that's gonna have to put in time and effort to raise those children. But when it comes to a dog, it sounds so bad when I say this, there's almost a part of me, because I haven't had one, that goes, I can't see the level of responsibility needed to have to put in that time and energy and effort into a dog as much as I do a child. I know it's bad.
It's like a practice run. Don't you find like people always buy a dog when they get together?
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Before they get kids,
but you
see how a dog works out.
You don't walk a child though. You know what I mean? Like,
I find it more hard work actually looking after a dog than
a child.
Yeah, it's easier with a cat. You could piss off on holiday for 2 weeks and leave your cat out.
That's because there's a comedian.
He will come back. Like cats, just like
there's a comedian, Slim. Shout out to Slim. Slim says, and it's so accurate. He used to have this bit about cats where he says, cats are not loyal. That's why you let them do what they got to do. They're not loyal. They always go around. You've never seen a homeless person with a cat. You always see him with a dog.
It'll fuck off. This
is what I'm saying. You lose the house, you lose the cat.
Yeah.
Right? And he makes references to that. But when you take out all the jokes and look at it like that, it's true. My dad had a cat where it wasn't his, but he came into the garden once and gave him a little bit of food. That cat would come every single day now that he knows that he's got food available there. Once my dad stopped bringing food, he never came back to the house. Yeah. But he would look after, he called him Oreo, which I got offended by. Because I looked at him thinking, you don't realise how close that is to your son's name. Called this cat Oreo. But I didn't realise, like, I get it when people tell me now, and I've been around people that have animals and see how much joy it brings to their life. But when I'm looking as an outsider, do I want to buy a pet? There's a part of me going, why would I want that responsibility? But I don't feel that way with kids. It's so, I mean, maybe I'm bad for that, but it's the truth.
I feel with dogs, it is a companionship. It's a loyalty. I mean, you can go mental at your dog one day and you still know it's going to come back and give you love. It's going to show you love.
So you're just toxic then? Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
You just abuse your dog and say, now come here and love me. That's what I paid for.
You can argue with your mates. You can argue with your family. You know there's going to be some awkwardness. Yeah. Straight away, your dog's going to come and show you love. So I feel like that in its sense. I feel like dogs... Okay. I don't know. I mean, I live at home with my missus and kids, and the hours that I do, when I come home from work, they're in bed. The first thing that
is a dog.
Is my dog, and to me, it's a love right there. It's like part of the family. dogs, I do feel like if you've had a dog, you'd understand.
Yeah. And that's where I come from. I don't have one, so I maybe don't understand it the way you do.
I grew up as a family with cats. At first, I just loved cats. I can't stand them now, but we grew up as a family with cats. And then I had a strict Italian dad who bought himself a nice new Alfa Romeo. The cats used to sleep on the bonnet, scratch up his bonnet. And my dad decided to drive these cats far away and not dump them. He gave them to someone. He gave them to one of his clients.
Okay. And I thought you were going to say he dumped them. Like the scene in Toy Story 3, innit?
Just drive away.
Is it Toy Story 3 when What's-Her-Face gets dumped out in the middle of nowhere? Or Toy Story 2? No, it's 2.
Yeah.
Right?
He says to me,
Stinky
he gave
Pete
them
and all
away to a client.
That's what he said.
I genuinely believe, still to this day, he dumped them.
Disrespectful.
But I don't know. See, he's like, yeah, they've gone to a good home. That's like, have you just left them at someone's home? Or did you? But yeah, I cried my eyes out. I must have been about 8 years old. I had
so did he for what he did to the car? What they did to the Alfa Romeo?
It wasn't even that bad. But yeah, he got...
In your eyes?
He didn't even decide. It wasn't even a group discussion with the family. Yeah. It was next day, gone. I'm getting rid of these cats.
I can't lie. I get it. I'm not going to... No, if I bring you into my house and you scratch up my sofa, like my good sofa, I'd be upset, but I might blight it. Scratch my car, yeah? Tibbles, I'm sorry. It's not, you're not staying with me now. Hey, puss, come out of this. It sounds bad, but
what
it's
if
true.
your child did that?
My child? I can't refund my child or...
So what's the difference with your loving pet to your child? You can't do that to your pet.
Because all right, do you know, because I could see my face in my child.
Yeah.
So I look and say, I'm hurting myself. I'm making up excuses now. I don't know. I guess there's no, I mean, I don't know. I might have a child that might feel the same way. AJ, move, man. I don't know, innit? Who knows? I'm not going to do it, obviously, because it's not legal, but I feel...
you can do what you want with your kids. Do you know what's funny?
No, you can't.
You can.
No, you can't.
You can. It's your child. You can do what you want. As long as there's a difference.
Are you disciplining your child? Like,
there's a difference between discipline and abusing. And I get all the talk when they used to say, "Oh, you can't hit your kids." I got hit, and it done me a world of good, and I still love my parents to this day.
But would you give that same discipline to your children now?
I would hit my children, yeah, if they messed up and really pissed me off. To an extent, I wouldn't abuse them, I wouldn't harm them, I wouldn't even mark on them.
I think you need to label what you mean, like on the bottom.
I would smack their bums, yes. I would smack their bums.
All right, I get that.
Give me a little smack on the bum for no reason.
There's a thing that I learned. It's an interesting topic, actually. There's a thing that we all know that they say that if you don't discipline your child accordingly, the world will, right?
Yeah.
And if it became like I had a child that was misbehaving, like, I don't know, got into a fight at school or was bullying people or whatsoever, and I don't put some authority on my child, some discipline, then what's going to happen is I'm going to if I don't nip that in the bud from early and almost make them feel that there's ramifications to their actions, they're going to go out in the world and do that same stuff, and someone else worse is going to do something to them. Like, it could be an op, as they call them now, like people that you got beef with, or it could be police.
I think kids are growing up without fear. I mean, I used to fear my headmaster. I used to fear my teachers, my dad. I think there's a source of fear there that will stop you from doing naughty stuff.
Yeah.
Where now I think the kids in this generation, and if we're not allowed to smack them or we're not allowed to discipline them, I mean, look at the kids in this generation and how they're growing up right now.
Yeah, I've seen, like, especially with what's going on we're UK based, so we see a lot of like knife crime and stuff. I'll be honest with you, I see knife crime and I'm like, I see what's going on with these kids. If you're telling me, if I know as a parent that I could have nipped that in the bud with my child by like beating them, like taking a belt and then putting it against their behind, if I know that might like put some fear in me, fear in them of me, that makes them go, I wouldn't even want to pick up a knife because I know how my parents 100%. Would react. I'd rather that than know that my child picks up a knife and does something to someone else's child.
Of course.
But you get told you can't because there is a line as to where you cross, because there are going to be some parents that go way too far. But I don't think the majority of us do. It's a small handful of parents that go too far. They need to be put in trouble, but there has to be a line where you understand, if I don't put discipline in my child and my child runs riot, you're going to come blame me for not disciplining my child if that child does something later on. It's such a nuanced topic, but I find that people that are not born in the UK or families that are not born in the UK, this ain't a conversation. You're getting your ass bust, belt, slipper, whatever, right? Your family's from Italy, mine from the Caribbean. Sam, did you get beats when you were young?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Where's your family from?
England. I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm making it out like it's a new discovery we've made here. English and beating? Wow.
Yeah, no, genuinely. Yeah. He's
serious?
Yeah.
I mean, again, I think it's a good. I think kids grow up with a little bit more of respect. If they do get disciplined and told off, I think parents now are too scared to do that because of what's going on in the world. But I think if you have a child, you want to bring it up into the world what you review the world as,
Facts.
what you feel. I wouldn't want to bring my kids up with what should be done or shouldn't be done. I know what's right and what's wrong, and I want to put that onto my children, and that's how I'm going to bring up my kids. And if it means smacking their asses now and then,
that's what they deserve.
I'm going to do it. And
Fair enough.
And I'm guaranteed they'll still grow up loving and respecting me, and they'll know when they're older because
Or they're so scared not to love you.
all the busts and the bruisings. My dad used to beat me with a salami stick.
Wait, what?
A salami, you know the big ass salami sticks.
Yeah.
He picked one of them up once, and I went to school with meat bruises. That's the first thing he found. How can you go?
So you're telling me your dad beat you with meat?
He beat. Yeah, he gave me a few licks with a salami stick.
You went to school with a kid. Oh, what happened to you, Mick? Oh, I got beaten. By what? My dad pulled out the meat and slapped me.
Have you seen them salami ones? You know the ones you get from an actual
Don't step on my joke, please. don't step on. That's funny. I'm sorry, but don't give me the actual dimensions of the salami stick. Your dad beat you with meat that he had. I'm playing. No, I've seen them, the big, Okay, fair enough. I have to, real quick, before we get into some topics and stuff, right? And I want this documented, right? I've had conversations with him about this, but this is why I want to bring it up with you now, right? Tell me this isn't funny. Do you know where I met Mick? Black Hair and Beauty?
Hair Awards.
Hair Awards, that was it.
Yeah, the sensational Black Beauty Hair Awards. Yeah.
That's it, yeah. This man is a 3-time winning recipient of the award for the best black hair barber, right? Let me tell you something, right? I met him at the award ceremony and I saw that he was nominated and there was other people as well. I think he was the only non-black guy that was nominated.
I was.
And he was there.
All 3 times as well.
All 3 times, right? He's Italian, so he's white, but he's not British white. He's European white in that sense, right? And he got nominated. And everybody else was black. I should be pro on their side, innit? Our people doing our thing. This man come and gentrify the awards and then took all 3 of them 3 years running. And he has the audacity in his shop to put them up. So as soon as you walk in the distance, you're like, yeah, you see these? I cut black hair better than people for 3 years running. Do you know how disrespectful that is? I'll be honest with you, obviously I didn't know you probably back then. There was a part of me going, nah, man, this is a fix, man. His dad owns the building and one of the caveats of hiring the venue is to make my son win. But he is actually one of the best barbers you'll ever see. But did you get any stick from that? I have to ask.
Oh, there was loads of jokes going backwards and forwards as well, especially because I think at the time they called me Miguel Damiano when they announced me as Miguel. So people actually thought a black guy was going to go up and collect the award. So when I go up and took the award, everyone's like, oh. So, yeah, we had jokes left, right, and centre.
Did you hear the clapping? Like everyone heard the name and then they saw you, they went.
But when I grew up in my career, I was, all my friends were black growing up. So I was cutting black people's hair before I can cut white people's Caucasian hair. So I just knew it. And when I enter competitions, I think it just complements a barber when you cut black people's hair, where it fades better, the lineups look better, pattern designs look a lot more better, they show up. Yeah. So, growing up, I mean, I've had people come to my barbershop and I've had a junior barber who doesn't even know how to cut hair. Yeah. And I had an incident once where a lady came in with her child and wanted obviously her haircut to be done. And I said, yeah, no problem, I'll get him done next. And she was like, no offense, but what do you know about black people's hair? And I thought, okay. She was
it in your shop now?
It was my old shop at the bus station called the Image Barbers. And she was like, can he do it? And she pointed at the junior. And I thought, because of that remark, I went, no problem. And Warwick, at the time his name was, and I said, Warwick, get your tools out, you got a client to do. And he looked all scared, like, I'd not done a haircut properly yet. I was like, well, that's what she wants. I'll go do it. Yeah. So I wanted him to that, one, for experience for himself, and 2, I just wanted to show her up because I know exactly what was going to happen.
How did the
struggle with the haircut? The haircut wasn't. He took a long time on it. She was getting frustrated, and I had to go in there and fix it. And she did, and she apologized. And I said after that, I did, and I think I won at the time. I won 1 or 2 of the awards, and I had to tell her. And you know I don't like showboating my trophies.
Shut up. This guy loves to showboat his trophies. You see a picture of him on social media. Not anymore, I'll give you this.
Yeah.
This man used to pout in every picture. I swear to you, just...
I offend more people by pounding in pictures.
Yeah, but when you do it, the whole character of you showboating and stuff, and then this guy with the extra small tops, so you could show the musculature of your body and stuff. Even now, bro, in these tight ass shorts, I'm trying not to look at them. You know what I mean? This man's leaning back with his dong pushing up. I'm trying not to look at him. But yeah, you like doing that, bro. You're Mr. Showboat.
Yeah, I've tried to stop it now.
You have. I will say this, from what I've known you from day one till now, you've definitely not been Mr. Showboaty anymore. Nah. So I'll give you credit for that. You're not like that.
And I'm losing followers. You're
losing followers? You're not losing them, are you?
Nah.
Now, the followers you had were the men going, ooh, I wonder. Like the guys that wanted to move to you.
I've had loads of them, yeah.
I know you did, bro. You were pouting in every picture, so I could only assume that they thought this gentleman was very effeminate or he himself was gay. And they were like, if he's gay, because of the tight clothes, the pouting, what it looked like you were always made up. Yeah. It did.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I'm saying. So I thought they thought maybe this guy, he's...
I've had it before, yeah. I've had it loads of... I mean, I work with a gay barber and he's like my best friend now. And I've gone out for nights out with him before, gone for a few drinks. And
talking...
Shane.
Who is the total opposite from somebody who you would expect to be in terms of what you saw in your pictures. Shane's a little road man.
He is, and you would not expect it at all.
This is what I'm saying, yeah.
Gone out where girls are all over him and the boys are all over me. So
serious.
I'm doing. I don't know.
You lot got no swap.
But yeah, so
big up to Shane, man. All right, what we got? Because last week, so me and Sam last week we were just happy that everything was working the way we wanted it to work. We're trying to figure out, how do we get this popping? How do we sort out stuff on here and so on? We got some topics and stuff. Do you want to go one first or do you want me to go?
You go first with one.
You want me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. My one is, all right, let's talk music real quick.
Like pulling out Trivial Pursuit card.
It kind of is.
Coming up.
It kind of is. We ain't found, there's probably a groove in here somewhere with podding. Like for this pod, every pod's got to find their groove. I just like the conversation. So I'm just, I love to have like bants and just talking. Drake's album. Have you heard it yet? The new one, For All the Dogs.
I've heard like one or two songs. I had it in the shop.
What about you, Trudge?
That's exactly what my topic was.
Drake's album.
Yeah, Drake's album.
Have you heard it?
I've heard it. I've heard the backlash. I've heard the subliminal. I can't even say the word.
Subliminals. All right, start with firstly. You've heard it. What do you think of it?
I don't know. I think it could be. It's not great. I gotta be honest. But I feel like you gotta give it a bit more time. I feel it's like a bit fresh in it.
You gotta give it more time.
Yeah.
I have got my no. It's
you like it?
Nah. There's a couple of songs on there that I'm like, that's a vibe.
Yep.
I'll be honest. There's only one song that I'm like, I keep playing, but not because of Drake.
It's a first-person shooter.
That's it, bro.
That's the one. That's
straight away, first-person shooter, and it's not because of Drake. So Drake dropped his new album For All the Dogs. It came out on Saturday, I believe. What was the date on Saturday? I can't remember. My phone's over there actually. But it came out on Saturday, 7th, right? Saturday the 7th, it came out, and everyone was listening to it and going back and forth with it and so on. And his whole idea with For All the Dogs was to go back to how the old Drake was, right? And some people heard it and they were like, this ain't the old Drake from how the music he was doing back then and how it made them feel. He's got features on there with J. Cole, Lil Yachty, Sexy Red, SZA. There's loads of people on there, right? I heard it and I went through it, and I'll be honest with you, I think the general consensus is if it is the old Drake, it feels like he hasn't grown up from the old Drake. Or if it is supposed to be the old Drake and people feel like it isn't gone back like that, that's where they stand. It hasn't gone back to the old Drake that they were looking for, or they had a different expectation of what the old Drake was hearing it in 2023. That's how it sounds, right? So, I mean, he's got tunes with there's one tune on there, what is it called? Fear of Yourself?
Fear of Heights.
Fear of Heights. Fear of Yourself. Fear of Heights. Right? So that tune he's got on there, it's, he's throwing shots to Rihanna.
Okay.
For like the first minute of the tune. Like throwing hefty shots.
Going at her.
Yeah. Can you get the lyrics up actually?
Yeah. I thought them two were quite close.
Well, they used to date.
Yeah.
I didn't know the dating thing was real. I just thought it was one of those playful rumors that everybody was saying that they were actually dating. On here, now obviously she's got 2 kids with A$AP Rocky, happy relationship, hasn't really delved into music for a minute because she's on the business thing.
And he's still hating.
Well, this is the thing. Everyone keeps telling him that he is like hung up on her, right? And I kind of get that because she was like the prime lady that if you're Drake, who else can you really go for that is going to like match you in terms of your beauty, the level that you are in music or in the business and industry? Because he's like top of his field in that sense. Yeah. So everyone's like, you dropped the bag with losing Rihanna. And I get that if that's what people think. But he starts the whole verse. Our lyrics here, look, like, look, why they make it sound like I'm still hung up on you? So the one person I think that everyone was talking about when it was out was Rihanna, definitely. That could never be. Gyal can't run me. Better him than me. Better it's not me. I'm anti. And from that, everyone was like, it must be Rihanna. Because her last album was Anti, wasn't it? That was the last one she put out. Yeah. So they're like, it must be Rihanna. And then it goes, yeah, and the sex was average with you. Yeah, I'm anti because I had it with you. Okay, I'm auntie like your daddy's sister. Auntie like a family picture.
This just looks like a WhatsApp chat to
it does, yeah, I don't know, man. It really does look like that.
Lyrics.
These are lyrics. He sings it though, like so it's not like rap, hip hop, that bit. He's like singing this more so. And I had way better bitches than you, TBH. Yeah, that man, he's still with you. He can't leave you. Y'all go on vacation. I bet it's in... I thought he said the Antilles in that, not Antigua.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure that's wrong.
I'm sure it's Antilles that he says, not Antigua. But that one says Antigua on there. Now, the Antilles, Barbados is part of the Antilles as well, in terms of the area of the Caribbean. So everything about that just felt like he was shooting at Rihanna. So everyone picked up on that and was like, bruv, you're shooting at a woman who is like not married, but might as well be, with 2 kids, with her partner. You were with her however many years ago. You're saying that you're not hung up on her, but you've made like a whole verse about her.
But do you think he's done it because he genuinely feels this way, or is he doing it for attention? And
I think it's both. I think it's a bit of both. I don't know, innit?
It seems like, why would someone at his level
shoot that way?
And it doesn't make him sound great, does it?
It will. This is the thing. He's for all the dogs kind of mentality is we're going to go back to the level of toxic masculinity that I was on back in the day. My thing is this, and this is only my thing. It feels like the last few albums he's always shot a particular woman. Middle of the Ocean on the album he did with 21 Savage. He's got a bit in there when he says, shout out to Serena, your husband's a groupie. Right? Do you remember that?
Sounds like a better guy, doesn't he?
Serena, yeah.
So this is the thing with Drake. When you ask me, have I seen his listened to his album? I've listened to 1 or 2 tracks. It's listened to my barbershops. I actually haven't. I mean, my music taste at the minute is just old music. I'm not up to date with like
the new stuff,
trends, what's going on at the minute.
That's fine.
But what I listened to was just sad. It was like sad songs.
People were saying it was like whiny, and like his music was corny, whiny, and bitter.
And just I didn't. To me, when I listen to music, I like to feel happy and feel vibes when I'm listening to music. Otherwise, what's the point of music? And when people get emotionally attached to songs because they feel in their own lives they can reflect what he's going through or what she's going through, I get it. But I listened to a couple and I was like, this just makes me. I had to turn it off because I was just my whole mood just changed. Yeah, I actually haven't listened to it. I feel like I want to,
so
and I will.
I'm going to go into that bit in a sec. Keep that one open, and also. All right, so with the music that he's doing, I feel like he always strikes me as like a trendsetter, right? A trend chaser, rather. You're reading that bit now, innit? Don't you'll go to that bit in a sec. I love how he's trying to read, and like you can't see it from there, bro. What's wrong with you?
Me, I'm just pretending I am. It's all blurry.
All right, fair enough. So
he looks like I'm actually engaging in the convo, but
it does, but
blurry to me.
So I feel like he's like a trend chaser. Not that he needs to be. He's somebody that he could do anything and people love him because he's of that echelon of tier of music. And I respect that because he's grafted. You don't have to do anything more as Drake to prove that you're good. People know you are. But I feel now what he does, he puts out stuff to kind of follow the trends of what's going on. So he had a tune with Bad Bunny where the first like verse, he's rapping in Spanish.
Yeah.
And he's never done that before, but he does that. And then he does like another 8-bar after the beat changes, where he's doing it, he's like himself, but he puts in a little bit of Caribbean twang. Then he goes, not Caribbean, Jamaican slang, like Canadian Jamaican, you know how it's quite integrated out there, the slang. Then he just drops and then he goes, all right, and lets Bad Bunny do the rest of the tune. Bad Bunny's one of the biggest artists on this planet, particularly for the community of people that love Bad Bunny.
YouTube views.
Exactly. Now, Bad Bunny's got that energy where some people don't necessarily know who he is because his appeal is definitely for the like Latin American community because he mainly raps in Spanish. So those who understand the language and the culture. But then if you're not a part of that, you may not necessarily know who Bad Bunny is. But but if you have at least a little inkling of that community, he is massive.
I mean, I'm a massive fan of Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
The only reason I love, you know, I mean, you come to my barbershop. I love
you
all
play
that
music
Spanish, reggaeton music. I like it because I don't understand it. I think that's the truth though.
He could be saying deaf to barbers and all sorts. He wouldn't even know.
When I listen to Drake moaning about it, I can hear the lyrics, I'm understanding them, and they're annoying me. I don't like it.
But when you can't understand the lyrics, you just listen to the vibe.
Bad Bunny could be saying the most offensive stuff, and I'm just jamming to it. I don't know.
His tunes are banging.
It. Yeah.
But I think because there are some people that don't understand him, they're like, I don't get it, so they don't try to.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. But I feel with Drake, he's doing a thing where he jumps on the wave. If you notice, he does like an Afrobeat wave every now and then.
Yeah.
He might jump on the drill wave.
Yeah.
Like Central C, he got that freestyle with Central C.
Yeah.
The one where Central C says, there's a line in there that everyone kept saying. How can you swear to God you don't believe in Christ? That
the combination one, is it?
Oh, and that's when he starts coming here, Sean. Drake at the beginning. Yeah, so he jumps on the waves where it's popular and he's like, well, Central C was popping. Let me do something with Central C. Bad Bunny's popping. Do something with Bad Bunny. Afrobeats, I'm going to go onto that wave and that vibe. Yeah. House. Both him and Beyonce released that House album, so House is the vibe. So he's
a businessman.
He's a great businessman because he can put out tunes that appeal to a demographic and they hear it and they're like that Bad Bunny tune, that alone, even as a single, just because Bad Bunny's on it, he's going to get streams off of that. So I respect that. But when it comes to listening to the lyrics and what he's talking about, Sexy Red, he did that tune with, I put out the lyrics to that one. What's it called again? All I know is what she says, right? Just put the tune, Sexy Red, Scissor and Drake. Pre the lyrics to this, right? You're not gonna like this at all. Like, don't look at the lyrics, look at me. I'll say him. No, Mick, look at me. I'll say him. Just look at my face and I'll say him to you there. Because I don't want you to read them, because when you read them, and you hear it, it's just different. All right, here we go. You know who Sexy Red is?
You're not going to be singing some sexual, like...
Kind of, but do you know who Sexy Red is?
No.
You don't? Thugging with my rounds, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown, that one.
No, carry on.
You don't know that?
Keep going, I might understand it. I might get it for carrying going.
You ain't gonna get it.
She's
got a tune where she went viral from doing a video where she was like doing like a freestyle, and that was the lyrics from the freestyle, and then it went viral and everybody was like talking about it. She's one of those rappers who just talks the most crud stuff ever, right? Like her coochie's pink and her booty hole's brown and stuff. Yeah, it's anyway. I'm not a big fan of it.
Sounds delightful.
Some people love it. I'm not the biggest of fans, but it is what it is. I like boom bap hip hop, so I'm not gonna hear that and go, that's. Anyway, Sexy Red she's Drake. Obviously, was like, you're popular right now. Come and jump on this tune. They did a couple pictures together. They were pretending like they might have been dating. They then went, oh, it's not us dating. We got a tune coming out. The chorus, bend that ass over. Let that coochie breathe. Shake that ass, biatch. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that ass for Drake. Hands on your knees.
These are actually his lyrics.
Her lyrics.
Her lyrics?
Yeah.
And this is on Drake's album?
It's on Drake's album. Do you know what, though? There are people, I know people personally, love the tune. And the reason being, they like that kind of ratchety, throw out the, let me just be nasty and hey. That kind of mentality. I don't know why I did all of that. But, when I do that, you can picture the person I'm talking.
Yeah.
Hey, bend that ass over, let that coochie breathe. Like, do you understand? Have you ever, you've let your coochie breathe every now and then, haven't
Sometimes,
you?
yeah.
Sometimes it just needs some oxygen. Sometimes you just have to let the coochie breathe. No, honestly, because, in a world where the world can be very suffocating with all the pressures that we're under, letting the coochie breathe is required to at least survive. That's how I see things. You've let your coochie breathe.
Not during COVID. I had a mask on that.
PPE on your COVID. PPE on your coochie. But yeah, so it just felt like the album, he was just going on like different trendy kind of vibes, right? And
he's just trying to tick all boxes.
He sounds
the audience from every single one.
But I feel like he's ticking all boxes, but mainly for a younger demographic. Because he's like the song that he's got with J. Cole. That song is the only one that I like, and it's mainly because of J. Cole, and the beat's actually pretty sick. And Drake's bit at the beginning is pretty sick as well. But he goes in on that, and he's like, this is a vibe. Drake's killing it on this. J. Cole's killing it. The whole vibe of that song is like everyone thinks me and you are like the GOATs, and they always compare me, you, and they allude to Kendrick Lamar as well. They say K-Dot, don't they? So they allude to Kendrick Lamar because of that kind of generation and age group, they're like the top three: Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. And them two on a track, it's like, who's gonna outdo each other? Who's gonna do better? You can hear Drake going, yeah, is it me or you? Are you the GOAT? Am I the GOAT? But J. Cole's on there going, no, it's me. It's
standard.
I don't know it's me. Like, I'm numero uno. He says that, doesn't he? He says, like, you lot say we're the top three, but I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm Muhammad Ali. Do you understand? He says that on there. Brother, I can't put out a track and invite you to come on the track. And then you tell me, I'm better than you on my own track. Brother, get off my track.
I love that.
It's fun.
I think that's great.
It's fun. It should amp you up to want to go in again. I'm not going to lie. If you put that down, I'm like, pause that 1 second. All right, we're going to take a break, yeah? And I'm going to rewrite my bars again. And I'll sneak record them. So when you follow on from that, like, you were like, Rod, wait, when did you do that verse? Oh, I did that. You never heard it the first time, Rod. I would do all of that. It's a fun idea to go back and forth with friends.
Probably done on purpose to get people talking again.
Like, I guess so.
Grabs attention.
But But I think when you get to a certain age, for some people, like J. Cole, doesn't strike me he's leaning into the attention stuff. He actually is the person that I'm writing. I want something to say.
You could tell it comes from his heart.
Yeah, there's some passion and there's meaning behind it.
Yeah, and I think this is why a lot of people can relate to J. Cole more than Drake.
Yeah, because
when I listen to J. Cole, I can really feel it. You can hear the emotions when he's singing it or rapping it or whatever. But with Drake, I don't know. I just feel he's pop culture now to me.
And I think with pop culture, you when you lean into pop culture, you're trying to get the widest amount of people and appeal the most, which is going to be a younger demo than maybe you if you touch 30s. Like the rappers that we like, the old heads, are talking more. Invest your money, set up your life, family values, look after the kids. I'm not on that gang stuff no more. I'm not on that drill, crack house stuff no more.
At his career though, he's probably trying to be as versatile as he possibly can, try new methods.
But does he need to?
This is the thing, he doesn't need to.
I don't think he needs to.
So he's probably having fun.
So if it's fun,
take it where it can go, because he doesn't need to prove anything.
If it's on a fun vibe, then do it because it's you having fun. I think the issue is when it's on a fun vibe, and this is what we're going to lead into the next thing, people like us are going to sit here and go, oh, we like that or we don't.
Yeah.
And this is, so there was a bit of beef now because of this. Joe Budden, podcaster, rapper, Joe Budden, ex-rapper, podcaster, Joe Budden. I listened to the podcast the second it came out, right? Knowing that he was going to talk about Drake because Joe Budden's a big Drake fan. And he says it on the podcast. He actually said, yo, his words were along the lines of, can we get the quote that Joe said? I'll go along the lines, but I want to make sure I quote it properly. He was like, Drake's making music for the 25-year-olds, for the young people, right? And then he said, like, listen to him, he's rapping for the young people. And then he goes, I had to look up how old Drake was. He's going to be like 37 in nearly 20 days, probably less than that now. And then he started saying, stop hanging around with these young kids and stop sleeping with these 25-year-old women. And he was saying that stuff. But that was the bit that they clipped from Joe Budden. But if you listen to the whole podcast beforehand, Joe said a lot more than that. Actually, can we play that bit?
This is like Yachty rapping. This is like he rapping for the children. And that's yo, dog, I had to look up how old this was when I finished listening to the album. Mm-hmm. You are 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You will be 37 years old. Get the away from some of these younger niggas and stop these 25-year-olds. I'm listening to the album.
You know what? I mean,
yo, you're a 37-year-old billionaire. I get it that you appeal to the world. Loving about Cole, like my shit is happening in reverse. Like with Cole, he used to rap about kid shit. I'm a grown ass, like real Jersey City. I want to hear how you lost your fucking virginity. And then he started to grow up. And then the rapping sounded like an adult rapping. I want to hear adult Drake rapping for adult people.
I get that, but are the adults spending the money as much as
probably
younger
not
generation would?
Probably
be?
not.
So as an expected for Drake, yeah, he possibly can have music sent out there for the adults and his generation, but
yeah,
the youngsters are the ones in the clubs. The youngsters are the ones now listening to it everywhere they go.
Yeah.
So on a business level, Drake might be doing it not because he wants to, because he just feels like that's the way forward. That's the way how it has to happen.
So I hear that, and I get that as well. So like you said, it's just him having fun and then also appealing to a wide audience in that sense. Not trying to do like a Jay-Z 444 where he's trying to talk about business and struggles of lack of diversity in different places. Like, you know what I mean? He's not talking all that like
I think
inspiring stuff.
The youngsters will be pushing out his music a lot more than adults. Adults will listen to it. This is a good track. This is nice, and they probably wouldn't talk about it. They would just listen to it in their car now and then. They wouldn't be going out buying the album or anything like that. Okay. The youngsters really push it out there, don't they?
That's true.
So I get that, and I mean, at 37, sleeping with 25-year-old girls, why not?
All right.
Why not?
That sounds like a man who's been in a very long relationship
not,
and he's just living his life vicariously through other people that are living like that. All right, so Drake heard that and he replied on Academics' Insta. Wait, can you make that any bigger real quick? There we go. You failed at music. This is Drake on Instagram.
Okay, so he replied.
Bruv, a coursework essay level paragraph, right?
He chat GBT this, didn't he?
No, he didn't. Listen to what he says. It looks like he chat GPT though. He goes, all right. He goes, at Joe Budden. You have failed at music. You left it behind to do what you're doing in this clip because this is actually what pays your bills. For any artist watching this, just remember you're watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. A quitter give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switch careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke living check to check, and the raps you write had 450 men showing up to your shows in dusty Ennis jeans to screw up their face to mood music 29 and pretend you are the GOAT. Please, to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mindset after the fact. This guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. You retired and we never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number. We know you for doing this. You withdrew from rap, not because you accomplished all you need to. It's because it wasn't working for you. I never want anybody in the generation to think that everybody's entitled to their opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting his own self-hate and the fact I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do for himself. If you need to put in simpler terms, I own a 767. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions.
I mean,
nah.
That's a great response.
No, I don't think it is. I don't. I mean, it's funny.
Drake doesn't need to respond. The best response would have been no response.
I won't lie.
Tell he needed to get that out.
It was fun. It was funny to read. But I'll be real with you. I'm with Joe.
I'm with Drake on that one.
All right, that's fine. I'm not with Joe in terms of like, if you think Joe's being bitter and hating, I'm not with that Joe that you think. I'm with Joe having an opinion because if you listen to the whole podcast, he's actually going, Drake doesn't need to prove anything to me. That guy is the legend. He's the GOAT. And he said he went straight to listen to the album because he's a fan of Drake. And then he said, but I heard the album and this just wasn't it for me. I think you're right to say that.
I think on a business point, because I always go back to business, on a business point of level, if his album really sucked and it's just got no one's interacting with it, everyone's saying it's shit, then have an opinion like, this is why it's shit, because I think it's this. But because he's doing so fucking well and because he's up there,
but then that means you can never critique Drake.
His opinion is pretty much irrelevant because he's still winning.
But bruv, that means you can never critique Drake because everything he does is going to sell.
Everyone can critique anything and anyone.
But that's what he did. That's what Joe did.
It's everyone's entitled to their opinions, but I get you're trying to slate someone who's still winning.
But I don't think he was slating him. He just said this project. Like, there's a difference between slating a man going, you are terrible, you're awful, against going, you gave us a project, this one ain't as good as the last one. Because he said the last one was good.
Yeah.
I feel like you can
dislike. What is the general feedback from everyone? Are they saying it's good, it's bad? I don't
Trudge.
know. Like,
I lie. What's the general feedback?
I think the general feedback is that it's not his greatest album.
This is it.
But are the youngsters loving it?
The youngsters love it. Like, bruv, I did the lyrics to Sexy Red just a minute ago, right? And you were like, ugh. But the youngsters love it. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm saying if you can have an opinion on Sexy Red and those lyrics, right? But the youngsters love it, then we can never critique from our opinion because we would be doing the same thing he's doing. Joe.
Yeah.
I don't think Joe's wrong for what he said.
I don't think anyone's wrong. If they have an opinion, no one should be saying what he's right or wrong. It's his opinion.
And all right.
Kind of bringing down to his level by this comment.
That's a long comment to say that.
It's when you can tell that's
Oh, bruv, you touched the nerve.
To him.
Bruv, listen, do you know how amount of times I've been on Instagram and I type a comment and I'm like, this thing I read pissed me off. I'm like, wait, why am I responding to it? And I delete the whole thing.
And you stop yourself.
Bro, I write it out and then I delete it because then it feels good to have let out my views, but not to send it to them. I've done that so many times.
But then I would just, has he responded back to this?
Yeah, look what Joe said. Scroll down.
Oh, God, he goes on.
No, you'll grow up sooner or later. Father Time is undefeated. That was it.
What does that mean?
Like, at some point, you're going to get older and it's going to hit you. I reckon,
and it will, and I think his career will slow down. So why not?
I don't even think it's about his career slowing down. I think if you listen to what Joe was saying, he was talking about hanging around with these young kids and sleeping with these 25-year-olds. Now this is only me from my understanding.
Why is that considered wrong?
All right, let me break this down. This is only coming from me talking from my behavioral psychology analysis aspect, where I can do this and read elements. I'm not perfect. I don't know it all. I'm only going by if I was to look at the circumstances. On the album, he talked about being with Rihanna. He's not with Rihanna anymore. He loved her. He said it on stage. I love this girl. I love you.
Yeah.
Rihanna broke it off with him. From then, he started going on his rampage a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
In terms of the girls he was trying to get with and so on, right? I feel like Rihanna was the benchmark. That one girl that he wanted, didn't get, and then moved on. That's why everyone says you're still hung up on her, right?
Yeah.
The 25-year-olds are the ones he can go for because there is an element of Drake's personality or persona when he puts it out there on like social media or the albums and the music that he does. It feels like a lot of the women that are older, and I've spoken to a few like who are our age or older, like the appeal for Drake in terms of like for the ladies, they're like, he's got kind of a bitter or a corny whininess about him that for a relationship is like not attractive.
Yeah.
But the young girls, they don't care about that. They want Drake. They like the money, they like the fame, the popularity. So the 25-year-old girls are the ones that are happy for like that kind of attention. But someone like a Rihanna, who he would have seen as his equal in his match that he dated, it feels like there's that kind of throwing the shots at her. The energy that he's putting into throwing the shots at her is because possibly, and the reason why people think he's hung up, possibly that was the girl that would have been his settle down, do my life, build a family.
Maybe he wants everyone to believe that. And maybe he's doing all this for one reason.
It could be.
Because everyone loves his love story, don't they?
It could be.
No, he said that. He said that in the interview with LeBron, wasn't it?
What did he say?
He said that everyone was expecting me to have this fairy tale life with Rihanna, settled down with her.
Yeah.
And then he finishes off by saying, for the record, I did want that. I wanted a family with her and that.
Oh, he said that, bro, let's be honest. If you were with Rihanna, who you felt is your match, and then you lose that, and that's, who's going to be able to match Rihanna? Everybody else that you're thinking of of those levels is done, like married.
People that you could probably say are better than
No way, bro. All right, Rihanna, think about that. You're taking the piss, but Rihanna is a billionaire businesswoman with albums that are platinum. She's also stunning, and she's also got the energy and the vibe and the following of people that love her the same way that they love like those level of people, your Beyoncés, your Drakes, right? Who can he really else go with that he can match with that is like, they were kind of equally yoked and he still got with her and then she ended it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Who else can you find after that?
I mean, Drake could have anyone he wants.
He can, but they're not like Rihanna.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Me personally, I wouldn't want to date a woman with that so much power.
But he's got an equal amount in music himself.
Yeah.
So it's not dating someone who's more powerful than you. It's dating someone that you see as your equal. And everyone else is easy money for him.
Yeah, it would have been a power couple if they...
That's what I'm saying. So I think he lost out on the power couple element, and that's why there's those shots and the pain. And also, it's obvious that him and A$AP Rocky knew each other because music industry, and I'm sure they done tunes together and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, fucking Problems.
That's it. Yeah.
If he was that cut up and that down about it, would you want to bring it up in all the songs that you do? Or because I mean, if I loved a girl that much in the cup, I wouldn't even want to talk about it anymore.
But a lot of people do. Look at Chris Brown with Karrueche. Was it Karrueche?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Brown and Karrueche. He'd throw her songs on tracks, and she was like, "Bruv, I'm done with you."
Yeah, but then again, are you doing it for a publicity thing and to get? Because everyone loves a love story. Everyone loves beef between rappers, and so as soon as you hear, "Oh, Drake's done a song about Rihanna," straight away
you're gonna be on that, yeah.
Even if you're not interested, you're like, "What's he saying?"
But all right,
you see the reply, and all the replies, it gets attention, and it gets people listening to the music.
Now imagine you are like another Rihanna or somebody who has that kind of mentality, maturity, etc. Do you want to be married or dating the guy that keeps throwing shots to his ex just to make it seem like there's something going on?
Yeah, it's just like Eminem and his mum. There's bored of that.
This, do you see what I'm
I mean, to me,
yeah, all right, cool.
Eminem's the GOAT to me. I'm not going to say,
no,
but
I
I
hear
love
that.
Eminem.
But so imagine a woman ain't going to want to hear that your man is carrying himself that way. You keep throwing shots at all the women that you dated, etc. So the girls that he can get, no matter how rich he is, they're like the ones who are mature that are like, I don't care about your money. I've got my own. I've got my own status. I've got my own business. The ones that don't care about that stuff, that want a genuinely good guy, look at him and go, he's corny. Yeah. That's what I think is happening. Now, we love the music and we love the energy he puts out. I think he's so entertaining and talented. But when you hit the kind of levels of doing the corn stuff and we read that, of course you're going to get someone like a Joe Budden that says what he says and go, bro, stop hanging around with these 25-year-old girls. There's more to life than that. Do you see? And that's what I think is happening. Like, you're seeing a man with everything that people, he's got yes men all around him, but yet not maybe be as fulfilled because the people he wants to say yes will say no. And that's someone as high as Rihanna.
Drake's probably got loads of friends that are just yes men and agree.
Of course.
He hasn't got a friend going,
Bruv, Kanye had
the
that.
Fuck up. Stop doing this now.
Yeah.
Stop sending that for Rihanna. Give it up and just move on.
Do you remember we all said Kanye had that when everyone was calling him a genius, but no one was around him saying, bro, I think you need to get some help?
I think he is genius.
You don't think there's an element of him that needs to...
No, I feel with Kanye, he's very intellectual, and I feel
he's definitely.
I feel like no one can understand him, so they see, oh, he's crazy. But if there's some people out there that can understand him, I feel like I don't know a lot about him, but what I see of him, I feel.
Did you see him barefoot with his bum cheeks hanging out recently?
I didn't see.
A couple of years ago.
Let's see it. Get out. So I don't know.
So I want to hear Genius when you see this picture.
Kanye's new track, I heard a few lyrics and I thought that was hard.
Bro, I think two things can be right about that. He could be a genius, but he also could be in need of help. Bro, he's had a lot of trauma happen to him, and he's also had the world attacking him. We'll talk about Beckham's in a bit, actually. The world attacking him and all sorts.
But to keep on going.
Yeah, bruv.
I think Kanye's a genius. I really feel, there's his bum.
That's a whole bum cheek. Like,
yeah, that's not, yeah.
Tell me that's a genius move.
Yeah, but come on, when there's paparazzi, I'm sure there's been times when your bum's been out in my bar.
No, it has not. Look, bro, stop caping for this man.
There's been times, come on,
I loved his music. The guy is a musical genius, but his bum cheek is hanging out for no reason. Bro,
yeah, but come on, there must be a time when you're in Asda shopping.
No, there's not a time.
Hey, where do you shop?
Me?
Yeah.
Tesco's, Sainsbury's, yeah.
Tesco's, and you go to the bottom shelf, you need to get down.
No!
You might be wearing tight shorts.
Bum cheek doesn't hang out in Sainsbury's.
Don't know, and you might bend down.
What do you mean I don't know? He's on a boat, bruv. The breeze alone will go past you.
He's not in an area where it's full of.
He's sitting on the wood of the boat with his bum cheek hanging out.
Zoomed in on him off another boat or a bridge.
Listen, we're indoors. If you put your clear bum cheeks on this wooden table right now, you're feeling the cold from the texture of this, yeah?
If I had his money in that boat, I'd get my bum cheeks.
See, right there, there's the yes man about him. It's about the money and all of that now. Bro, you can be rich. Are we going to
judge him from his butt cheeks or his music?
No, the butt cheeks and I don't know, the past 3 years. How about that? What is Trudge? Talk to him, please. I mean, if your bum cheeks are out like that and you are outdoors with your wife on a speedboat, there's not a part of you, like someone else is thinking, this guy's a bit different for having his bum cheeks out. You could be a genius and still have them in. Tell me what makes you a genius for having your bum cheeks out on the boat.
He was unaware, obviously, that his bum cheeks
are out. If you're unaware that your bum cheeks are out to that degree, you need help and assistance. There's something wrong with you.
I mean, she might like it.
She might like it. I don't care. But if you're with a woman that likes you having your bum cheeks out on a speedboat, just so the paparazzi can get pictures of you, it seems like he might need some help and assistance.
I get that, but there must be a time. We don't know the story behind that. He might have just gone for a...
Bruv, I don't need to know the story. I know what's behind him. It's his bum cheeks.
We're all
it's his bum cheeks behind that.
And I wouldn't let his bum cheeks... I mean, I'm not going to give my opinion on that, but that's not going to make me stop liking him. I do like Kanye a lot.
No, I'm not saying that's wrong.
I like him because he's a man that speaks up for himself, and whatever he believes in, he sticks up for, and I respect that.
I mean, that was a little while ago.
That just follow what's going on in the world and just yes men.
But I think
he sticks up to what he believes.
But the thing is, his beliefs change every year depending on what he needs to advertise.
I think me, you, anyone's beliefs can be changed.
Not as drastically as his.
Nah, maybe not, but he deals with a lot more, doesn't he?
And I think because he deals with a lot more, he needs some help mentally. And that's what I was saying. He's a genius, but yeah, you could still be a genius and seek help.
I think he needs a psychiatrist because his bum cheeks are out.
Bro, I think that's one of the main reasons he needs a psychiatrist. Bro, if I sat here right now just talking to you casually...
I don't know why I keep looking at his bum cheeks.
Thank you, yeah. Maybe you need a psychiatrist.
Yeah, that's his bum cheeks.
Bro, if I sat here right now just talking to you casually, penis hanging out, just resting on my leg, getting some air,
my God.
letting my
Change
coochie
the
breathe.
subject. Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, go on.
So the other day I went to the gym and we're all in a sauna. And this is going off topic, sorry, but it's when you say something and it brings your memory in your head.
Yeah.
So we're all sitting on the sauna and I'm with two of my mates and the sauna's packed. And there was this old man, he must have been, I don't know, late 70s, 80s. Now he was wearing the tightest Speedos, but his bollocks were hanging out of the shorts, just like there.
But that I get.
But
no, go on.
It was like, you know when you're a kid and you're like laughing in a school classroom?
Yeah.
And then you're trying to get everyone's attention going, want to see what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
And he's there. All right, lads. He's just bollock. Now, a little part of me thought, like, does he know? Or does he just not care? When you get to a point of that age, when you're a bit overweight, you're a bit saggy, and he's gone for a sauna, his bollocks were just... But they were fucking massive. Massive. When I say massive, I could not stop looking. So
you have a real thing of looking at body parts. I've just noticed this.
I mean... But yeah, it just... And he was in the sauna, and every time someone walked past the sauna, because he was like the first person you'd see when you walk past him,
yeah.
I was seeing other people's reactions. It was making me laugh even more. And in the sauna, everyone's quiet, and I'm pissing myself laughing because his bollocks are just out.
I would have said something.
Someone should have. I mean, I kind of wanted to, but you think, what do I say? Am I going to offend someone in here?
Nah, bro. Hey, my guy.
He probably would have just said, I know.
Your balls are hanging out, I beg.
And he would have gone,
them away.
Yeah, I know. Just carried on.
That's fine. At least then I know it was a decision. It was a choice you made. But he might go, oh, sorry, let me tuck that in real quick. My bad. Like,
since that incident's happened,
yeah.
I've just met him a few times and we speak, and he's a nice cuss. I'm not going to.
Does he do his balls out every time?
I'm not going to judge him because he had his balls out that time. I mean,
but does he bring his balls out every time?
I think he wears looser shorts now.
So it was a mistake.
It must have been.
How regular does this guy walk around and dress like this? Bit more often than not.
Yeah.
Bum cheeks out, barefoot on the streets.
I don't think he cares. I don't think he's that bothered.
That's why I think he needs help. I would really think you should care if you're walking barefoot in other countries.
I mean, he is in a private place. He's
on concrete and glass.
He could be butt naked for all he cares.
Yeah.
I mean, is this his new wife? I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, he's been married to her for a few years now. About 2 years, maybe? Something like that.
Yeah, recent.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's Kanye, man. That's his energy. But I'm just saying, people like that, I do believe that we give a free pass for because they become yes people, right? Or they're surrounded by yes people. And you need to have that stopped. Some people do need, like, I don't know, like, who's in Drake's circle, probably his friends and stuff, but enough of them need to go, yeah, bro, I'm not going to lie. Like, if they felt that way.
I think that's a real friend. That's what the people you need.
Yeah.
Real friends that sit there and say, yo.
Bro, that sounds bitter.
Stop taking selfies, Mick. Stop taking selfies and pouting.
Bro, how many times I say that to you?
Yeah.
And I kept telling him.
Right? So...
Bro, I keep it real with you. Bro, I won't, like...
You need friends like that.
He knows me.
Pouting.
He knows me, right? Like, barber situation. We're going to get into it now. Not too deep. We'll get too deep. Not yours, don't worry. Yours, barber situation. There was a barber that was in the shop with him, yeah? And he left. He left to go and move down to work in a shop in London. Remember where we are? We're now in Bedfordshire. I'm from London. I know how expensive it is to go up and down. I do it every day for work or tours or comedy shows. So I'm looking at this guy thinking, but you're not originally from London. So you're used to Bedford prices, or he's from like somewhere else, I think like down South Coast or something, but not London prices. You're now going to travel into London to try and make a name for yourself in a new barbershop down there. The cost you're going to have to like incur is high. You got to wake up super early in the morning. And the reason he wanted to go down there is because he thought, if I'm in that environment, I'm going to get a lot more celebrity cuts. He woke up now for a while every morning to go down there. He left Mick and the rest of the people in the shop high and dry with extra clients because he had the clients in that shop. Yeah, he did that. Didn't leave like on I'm going to give it 2-3 weeks, not book anyone else in. It's like he told me, and then he was supposed to leave by a certain time. He left earlier than that because he just wanted to rush down and get to that shop and start these celebrity cuts. He goes down there. I messaged him. I won't say his name, but he knows who he is. And he's feeling it now. I messaged him and I said, blood, you're making a stupid decision. Don't even bother moving down there. And I won't name the shop he went to, but it was a waste of time for him going to that shop. I knew that he would go there and be one of the many barbers that doesn't get the opportunity to cut some of the celebrities because the head barber of that shop just wants all the celebrities for himself. And I told him, bro, I'm not a barber, but I understand this game. Don't go down there and start trying to build a name down there in this shop. If you're going to go down there because you want to build a name in London, that's cool, but you're not going to the right place. You're doing it where you think it's going to do you good, but these guys are going to take the piss out of you. You're going to go down there, they're going to take you for a mug. You're going to be traveling and like 6, 7 in the morning from up here down to London. You're not driving. You'll go down there on a train. You got to pay for train there, train back up every day. You got to figure out how to get home from the train station. All of that, like 3-4 hours of your day, every day is going to be traveling. To go down there and cut hair, and it's going to be more expensive for you to be in that shop. I told him this. And I said, I give it 6 months. Bruv, the cracks were showing after like 3. 6 months go by, and this guy looks like he doesn't want to come back. This is where you could jump in without saying names.
Do I want to jump in or do I want to carry on?
All right, fine. I'll do it for you. Because Mick's trying to play Switzerland right now. I'll do it for you.
I'll talk about on that.
Just do quick. We'll do a quick summary.
I mean, he wouldn't be the last. He's not been the first. I've had barbers come and go. I get it. I get the excitement when you get offered opportunities like that, and you set yourself a path on a career goal, and it probably came a little bit too soon. I get it, but there are, I think, because of a lot of barbers work with egos, and they don't see the bigger picture. They just see it and think, right, I'm going to jump into that. This is what's going to work. I'm going to be a celebrity overnight. But it takes years. It takes a lot of grafting.
It takes a long time.
I mean, I've been cutting hair 20 years, and it's a very long time. But for someone to jump ship that quickly when there's no loyalty, I mean, to me, it done me a favor, because yes, you see loyalty in people like that, and you do think at the time they're good people. Yeah. But when these things happen in life and true colors come, it's nice to know. So I like that, but I see it. I see that when he left and he jumped ship straight away, and I won't talk about all the details in between. Yeah. I mean, you knew it wouldn't work. I knew it wouldn't work, but I didn't want to say anything because straight. As on that point of level, it makes me sound. If I said anything that it won't work, it sounds bitter. It sounds a source of jealousy. Yeah. And so I just said, you need to make the decision for yourself. You do it. Obviously, in between, I mean, I've had it from other barbers before, and I get it. And a lot of barbers these days, they work with egos, and egos is gonna make a barber fail. Out of experience, I've had an ego before. I've started to let it go because I feel like egos don't get you anywhere.
I guess you learned that lesson by having it and then coming out of it, and hopefully he comes out of it. But the thing that messed him up, I'm not even I agree with you with loyalty being important, but I also know in business there is no loyalty when it comes to individuals in business. Yeah. Right? There needs to be more, but I understand if he wanted to get up and go and figure out stuff, you can do that without burning a bridge. You do say, look, bro, I do want to try this. I need to find out my journey for myself. And how long do I have to work? All right, 2 weeks, let me work my 2 weeks. You get to the end of that, at least he could turn around and say, you didn't leave me in the lurch, you left properly, you were professional about it, and like the respect would have still remained there, but it's how he left. And then afterwards, coming back, I'll say it, trying to call other people that are his clients that he either had to pick up off from when he left, or clients that were already his. When he had to come back, because he fell down there, it didn't work out for him, came back up to Bedford now. Loads of barbers don't want to work with him because they know that what kind of person he is. Tried to message me and other people, yo, I'm back in town, bruv. Do you wanna cut? Come to where I am. I'm like, rude boy, I'm at the barbers you left. No, you can't try and then like entice me to come over and nah, bruv. But yeah,
if this was any sort of, I don't know, if it was the drug game in the street.
Oh, bruv, you would get snuffed. Yeah. If it's my corner, brother, if I'm trying to sell a brick on my corner and you're gonna then tell the fiends, hey, come over here, bruv. My brick is cleaner, right? If you're doing that and you're doing it round, like where I can see you doing it, they'll take you out for that. Obviously, that's an illegal business. That's a certain world that you're not a part of, right? You got to be taller than 5'4" as well to be part of that world, with all respect. But
so I chose barbering.
Yeah, he's got like a little step stool to cut my. Anyway, listen. So, nah, let me leave that. What else has been going on? There's a heavy topic I'm trying to avoid for a little bit. I won't go until too late. We know what that one is. Beckhams. Have you seen the Beckhams documentary?
I've started to. So I'm halfway through. I'm loving it at the minute.
All right. I won't give away too much on that.
3
right?
episodes?
4. I've watched 3. There's 1 more to go.
So I'm on the 2nd episode. I'm halfway in between that.
What about you, Trudge?
I haven't started yet.
Haven't you? And you're the football head.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's because obviously, you know, my day job is working like with like documentaries on footballers.
Who's the main guy you work with regularly?
Gary Neville.
Hey.
That's my regular guy, but
yeah,
he sold his stake actually quite recently. So
is it?
But we still get all this stuff. We like, you know, overlap. His documentaries, Class 92, Soccer Box. Like we still do all this stuff. But he's you know, he's a businessman at the end of the day now. So.
Of course.
Does he have a regular barber?
Probably.
But
Up in Manchester, yeah.
So Nev is on the documentary.
Oh right.
Yeah, Neville's in it.
Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you something, right? If there's one thing that documentary reaffirmed to me, I'm not so spoil. In fact, no, I'm gonna do it with no spoilers. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, and I've also got 1 episode to watch because anyone here might watch it, and I don't want to spoil it too much for them.
Switch off now.
Nah. You want to do spoilers? Nah. Well, to be fair, how are you gonna spoil something which everyone knew happened?
I mean, it's on TV right now, so
Yeah.
it's their own fault.
And then forget TV, it happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't watch. Like I remember when American. What was it? American History, the OJ one, OJ versus the People.
Oh, Crime Story. Oh, unbelievable.
Right, with Cuba Gooding Jr. playing OJ, right?
Yep.
Right, people be like, I don't want to ruin it for you, but he gets off at the end. We know, bruv. It was a real thing. Anyway, with this, I suppose you can't really ruin it, can you? But it goes into everything that Beckham went through, but in detail, from becoming a footballer, becoming like the face and the famous guy that he was. And then you've seen the first episode, so you've seen the like what happened at '98 World Cup.
Yeah.
Right? Is that in the first episode, isn't it? You haven't watched it.
Yeah. And
98 World Cup.
The second as well, don't it? Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
If it's one thing it's reaffirmed for me, do you and whatever people think and feel about you, you have to try your hardest to not care. Because, bruv, Beckham is loved.
Yeah.
But during that time, I remember it, everybody hated him.
He went from a hero.
From one small mistake to the most hated man in this country.
Yeah.
Right? For context, 98 World Cup, it was Argentina. He was playing, he got fouled by Simeone. And it was Simeone, wasn't it?
Yeah, Simeone.
Yeah.
He got fouled by Simeone and he was frustrated. And then before he got up, he kind of flicked up his leg. It's that famous video. He flicked up his leg and he kicked Simeone. He threw himself down a bit. Diego Simeone threw himself down.
He even admits it as well.
He admitted it in the doc. He said, yeah, bruv, I hammed it up. But that's what you're supposed to do, bruv. Yeah, I'm trying to get you off the pitch. We're trying to get through. Of course. He hammed it up. He falls over. He gets the red card. And they're 0-0, aren't they? Right? They're 0-0 throughout the whole game. Was it 2-2?
2-2. Beckham received the red card, scored 2-2.
Oh, it was 2-2. Sorry. Okay. Oh, they were equal though, right? So 2-2. It goes to penalties. England don't pass through penalties. Argentina go through. Everybody blamed Beckham for getting kicked off. But he got kicked off how far? Like, it was...
I mean, they could have lost the game with him.
They could have lost, but no one's thinking that way. They're thinking, bruv, you are David Beckham. You are the golden boy. And your anger and rage got me upset.
I think with English football, though, and a lot of people get offended if I say this, but respectfully, I feel like fans always want something or someone to blame for their losses.
Of course. They were blaming everybody. They tried to blame him. If it weren't him, they tried to blame the captain. Like, bro, look at the World Cup recently that we had. They were like, anyone who was in the penalty shootouts, or penalty shootouts, bro, they were trying to blame all the black kids for not getting the pens. But, bro, like, they'll do that with anybody that they can. Like, anytime you're up, they're like, you're one of us. As soon as you mess up, you're like, you are. Bro, they were hanging effigies of him out of windows, setting them on fire. Like, Manchester United fans, some of them were like, even whilst he was playing, were like booing him. But anytime it was a fan from another team that Manchester United were playing after the 98 World Cup, they were really going ham on him. Like, calling him a wanker and all that from the stands non-stop for 5 months, 6 months straight. And then after that, he won back favour again and they loved him again. Bro, the emotional roller coaster that man had, it was the day after he found out he was going to be a dad.
That for anyone could have, I mean, back then as well, mental health wasn't a big thing.
No one was talking about it back then. They mentioned that on there as well.
And how he got treated. Yeah, everywhere he went, he would walk down the street and then he just got abused. And anyone mentally going through that could have just hung up their boots and seen.
And this is Beckham. He's worth like 350, 360 million. This guy's super rich, modelling contracts. He was one of the most famous faces in the world up until then. And then obviously when he went to Real Madrid, it was even bigger. And yet, people were like, Beckham is the guy. He married a Spice Girl.
Yeah.
Right? And yet, they still were looking for blood when it came to him. The documentary's so good. I love how it showed how he was. You ain't seen the next bits where it talks about his relationship with his dad. Like, the whole controversy with him and Ferguson, with the boot.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that as well, Trudge?
Yeah, the plaster.
The little plaster on his eye and stuff. Him becoming like the model, and as well as the famous right foot Beckham, like juggling all of that, he became one of the world's greats. When he played Real Madrid, and it was he talks about Zidane, playing Zidane, Roberto Carlos, and Ronaldo.
An elite team, didn't he?
Yeah,
the best of the best.
And they smoked him, but Ferguson kept him on the bench for that game until later on, much later on in the game, he came on. As soon as he came on, he scored 2.
Yeah.
But Ferguson was trying to treat him, teach him a lesson. The shaving the hair stuff, getting to do different hairstyles, all of that, bro. The man was culture.
Oh, he was in the public eye every day, wasn't he?
Every single day. And then the wedding.
Social media as well, so it was always newspapers and...
All of that. The wedding as well. Him wearing
his
purple.
skirt that he wore.
Oh, yeah, all of that.
Imagine that now. It wouldn't be a thing.
It would not be a thing, but back then he was a trendsetter.
Yeah.
Big up him, man. You need to watch that. If you ain't watched it, watch it. Honestly, Trudge, when you get a chance, please watch that. Come back and tell me what you think.
What I love about it, it's a story that, I mean, everyone has a life story that makes them the person they are today. Yeah. And I feel as much as a bad thing that happened to him, it made him.
Oh, definitely.
To overcome that, to come over. But I'm the most hated man in England. But he said, now, and then you captain your country many years after that. And
he said he never really got over it. He said even until now, he still feels guilty for it. That is heavy. Yeah. Like, you have to let it go at some point. But, bro, the man's like 47, 48, still feels the guilt of when he was 23.
But he could have had a choice, either going one way or the other. Overcome it and let all that hate talk in. Because, I mean, everyone loves a bit of hate because it fuels you up to do better.
Yeah.
Or you take that hate and you just become a nobody and you fail. So it's a very inspiring story for not just like even the younger generation who don't know David Beckham.
Yeah.
So youngsters watching now, that story there, it's for Beckham for me. He's one of the best players to come out of England. 100%.
Oh, he's dope. He's top tier.
And he's been a role model on and off the pitch.
Top tier. Yeah. And he seems so humble. Yeah. Like, even though he does all the modelling stuff, he still seems like that East London boy who was raised by, he had parents in the house, but they really tried to keep him on football and just from humble beginnings.
Even when he was queuing up to see the Queen's body when she died, David Beckham even asked, you can go skip the front, like Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby that decided to jump the queue. But David Beckham decided to be amongst the people and queue up just like that's respect.
Bruv, are you not jumping the queue though?
I would, yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Let's keep it a buck. Come on, that queue was a day long. Yeah. If someone comes up to you and says you get to pay your respects to the Queen's body, you know what I mean? Like, you can either wait 24 hours or we got a little, Alton Towers pass where you can go in the fast lane and it's half an hour, fast track
to see the dead.
Bro, come on, let's keep it a buck. Are you...
You got it.
Beckham or not, blah.
You got it.
Respect to Beckham.
I respect what Beckham did, but yeah, if you're in that situation, that's a long way.
You can't offer me a free little... No, I'm not. No, come on, Trudge, you're laughing at what I'm saying.
Would you do it considering you'd get a lot of abuse and hate after that?
Nah, if I know the outcome. But come on, Philip Schofield or Holly Willoughby didn't sit there thinking, I mean, if I do this, the whole country's going to hate us. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The same way that Beckham didn't think, if I kick my man, the whole country's gonna hate me. Bro, you do what you do in the moment, yeah? I've done it before where someone offers me like the quickness to, like, if I queue up for a comedy show and I know the queue's messy and I'm performing and it's like 5, 6, 7 people in front. Oh, you come through. I'm like, no, it's cool. Let everyone else sort it out. I'm fine with that. But if the queue's like 24 hours, yeah,
you jump in.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a tempting thing. I have to consider taking that. But yeah, honestly, watch the documentary. Let me know what you think on it as well. So yeah, hold on. Where's my phone actually? Where is it? You got it on the table?
Yeah.
Oh, throw it to me if you can. Hold on. Don't break it, you know.
No, there's too
Are you too worried about that?
No, there's too much equipment.
Alright, go on. Safe, all right. Yeah, I put some notes in here, man. I got your message. Mad, coming now. Yeah, I kind of want to not touch that topic. I can't lie.
What is it?
Huh? I'm not saying. I'm not right now. Maybe at the
So
end.
you don't want to touch on it.
No, at the end, maybe.
Oh,
At the end, maybe. What you got, bruv? Trudge.
Oh, well, whilst I'm sticking, there was actually a plot to kidnap Holly Willoughby, like quite recently.
Shut up.
Was
No,
there?
seriously, yeah. Some guy got arrested for it. Hold on, let me try.
Legit? I've not heard
legit,
that yet.
legit, yeah.
I had never heard that.
I saw it pop up like a Sky News thing.
Well,
And
I mean,
and what was his end goal? What was he going to do with her?
bro, you can't see them man are sick in the head. You can never even try to consider. Man charged over alleged plot to kidnap and murder.
Oh wow! Oh, I didn't know about the murder. Bit.
And murder.
Okay, now this has turned a sinister. I mean, like, oh jeez.
Is this legit?
Yeah.
Why have I not heard
Sky
about
News.
this?
I'm glad they caught him, thank God, because I mean, you hear that. It's not fun. It's not funny about
What does he look
kidnapping,
like?
but murder as well. This guy had
I bet
some
he's a mess, innit? I bet he's some. We got a picture of him.
And does it even say why? Like, did he admit why? Because he's now been charged. Oh, look at him.
Do you know when I pictured something in my head?
Yeah.
That was it.
Seriously.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
I
just pictured some
Let me preface this. I'm so like
fat guy behind a keyboard.
Let me preface this. I'm thankful that no one kidnapped Holly Willoughby and everyone's safe. So, you know, prayers and well wishes to everyone who might be worried about this, right? I'm looking at this man who's looking to kidnap someone. He doesn't look like he can carry his own weight.
I mean, she looks like she could just run away from him. And I don't think he's going to catch her.
There's like, he would have to set a Wile E. Coyote trap because he's not physically grabbing anyone and walking away. He can't carry himself, right? I'm not making jokes about the situation. I'm laughing at the idea that whoever this man who's not mentally well, and I'm not, I mean, people might go, you should be more sensitive to this. Respectfully, this guy tried to kidnap Holly Willoughby. I ain't got no time.
I don't want to laugh, but...
Bro, I got no time to show
Look
respect
at
to
him.
him. No time to show respect to this man. But I will say respectfully, I have to preface it respectfully. You're not kidnapping anybody, bruv. If anything, this brother right now...
The picture gets worse.
The pictures get worse. There's nothing about him that is kidnapping him. He's not kidnapping...
Why though? Did someone pay him? Was he... What's the story behind it? Was he just obsessed with her? Is he a fan?
I don't know.
Obsessed, I think.
He just wanted to kidnap and murder her.
I like Holly Willoughby, man.
She's cool.
She's from what it seems like, she's so lovely. I don't got a bad word to say about her.
You like Philip Schofield?
Other than never see what had happened, I never thought anything bad of him before. But then that whole situation has really marred my image of him. But again, he's now out of the limelight for me to even really think about what I think about him, if that makes sense.
It's funny that how they push him out the limelight.
But I mean, come on, if you're grooming someone from young and so on, that's wild. That is wild. I know you're a conspiracy guy where you always think, what was the
it's
agenda?
like when he generally has done a crime and you kind of push him out of the public eye when there's people in the public eye that are getting accused for a lot more when there's still no evidence, still no proof, and the way they get treated is very different to how Philip Schofield got treated. I just find it when there's actual hard evidence and he's done this. It's the same thing with like Jimmy Savile all of these years. They knew what he was doing, but no one ever mentioned it.
It should have been brought up.
And it never was, and they
earlier.
just turn a blind eye.
But I think with him, he was in a power position where he had information on others and also...
Oh yeah, he would have probably taught... That's why they protect him, because he probably knows...
And that's foul. Like that for me is foul. Like if he's protecting other people that are in power, I'm sorry, you need to still dash him. And if other people are doing foul as well, get him as well.
I think he should be locked up. He's probably being protected right now. Still be paid.
Philip?
Yeah.
I don't know the
Still
ins and
being
outs of the
paid. Still
details.
being protected.
What was that say? Prosecutors told the court. So this guy was Mr. Plum that tried to kidnap Holly Willoughby.
Professor Plum.
Professor Plum. You're thinking of Clump, is what you're thinking.
I was thinking of Cluedo.
Oh, Plum from Cluedo. I was thinking Clump from Nutty Professor. Prosecutors told the court that Plum was part of a network of like-minded individuals, and he had conspired with a man from the US whom he arranged to fly to Britain next week to execute their plot. They alleged to have devised their conspiracy over the internet and made a detailed plan to execute it. Bruh. All right, there's your first mistake.
How did they get caught?
He did it on the internet, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's your first mistake. I'm telling you, some people like this are stupid. I'm glad he got caught and it never went through, but you're stupid. You are dumb. I'm sorry. If you're going to go and make a plot on the internet to do something that malicious and diabolical, you're going to do it in a way that people could track what you're saying. I believe instantly that if you say something over a phone or you search for something that's wild, it flags up somewhere. So why would you, like, I don't want to give this man too much time. All right, well, and thank God she's all right and nothing happened to her. Yeah, move on with that one. What was your next one, Trudge?
I got the Robin Hood tree, if you're bothered about that. That's an interesting thing.
Oh, yeah, did you hear about that?
Nope.
Some kid, like, he cut down, there's a Robin Hood tree, which is in the film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. The one with Kevin Costner.
Right.
It's a tree near Hadrian's Wall. Some kid got arrested for cutting it down. And another guy as well, an older guy, if I'm right. Yeah?
Yeah.
For cutting it down.
Arrested, yeah, 16-year-old and a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
So? Why is that news? What fucking... Was it a fucking film prop?
No, it was like a landmark. It was one of the oldest trees in the country. It's like a landmark tree.
And they cut down trees fucking every single day with the environment. Now they want to moan about this one tree that they've cut down.
Bro, I don't sometimes get... It meant something to someone.
Thousands of trees. All of a sudden, this one tree now gets knocked down. We've got to put it as a news article.
Respectfully, it meant something to someone.
So did thousands of other trees.
Sycamore Gap,
that do not give a shit about.
Hadrian's Wall.
I don't care about that. I saw that fucking tree.
I just want to say that I'm sure the tree meant something to someone, and, you know, prayers and thoughts to those who lost their tree. But I'll be honest.
Rest in peace, tree.
But respectfully,
do you know what I mean? Like one tree now gets a whole news article, but then thousands of trees are knocked down. I'm not an environmentalist or anything like that.
No, I know.
This happens all the time, but this one tree now is like...
I totally forget to tell him that if he's going to say something disrespectful, he has to preface it with the phrase, respectfully.
Respectfully.
I totally forgot to tell him that. Never mind, just throw all the disrespect. Respectfully, Kanye's bum cheeks.
This film prop tree is sad that someone cut it down.
It was a real tree.
Why did he cut it down?
It wasn't a prop. I think he just did it for sabotage or a prank or whatever.
But you say it has historical meaning for the film, not as in real life.
It's a Sycamore Gap tree. It was like 300 years old, something like that. I don't know.
Why did he cut it down? Did he know what the tree was? Now I'm curious.
I have to know. How do you cut down a tree?
That is a big tree as well. Whoa.
Oh, now you.
That's a big tree.
Now you can see why it might have upset a few people.
That's the only tree in the field as well. Look.
Yeah.
Why did he cut it?
I feel like the film they cut down the rest and kept that one. So that's why that's the only tree that's there. I'm lying respectfully, but yeah, that tree got cut down. It is a big tree. It is beautiful. It's 300 years old. It
is a nice tree.
And it was a protected tree as well.
But everything comes to an end. Unfortunately.
Bro, people...
And that's the end of that tree.
Okay, all right. I'm moving on because this guy's just going to laugh at the fact that the tree got cut down. What else you got for me, Trudge?
It's a massive deal. They cut down trees.
They do.
That are probably older than that all day long.
I feel like, yeah, they cut down trees a lot and when they want to build something.
Yeah.
When it comes to trees like this that are protected, they're like, but not this tree. And I feel like that can be a bit unfair.
Yeah.
What else is up here, bro?
Big Brother's come back.
Yeah, you watched that, didn't you?
I did.
Bro, I ain't got time for it, man.
I did. I actually auditioned and got...
Yeah!
Wow.
Oh, that was it. Okay, I timestamp this. I want to know. Let me pretend like he didn't say what he said. I heard you audition for Big Brother. What happened there?
I did. I got shortlisted to be a contestant on Big Brother.
How short are we talking a shortlist?
They didn't tell me the actual number, but I did about 3 auditions,
I want talk right into the mic. I want every detail.
All honestly, I entered it as so I told you I entered The Apprentice, right? I entered The Apprentice twice.
But that was for actual business idea as well.
Yeah, I had a business idea. And as again, when everyone always watches The Apprentice, I love The Apprentice. I was watching that. And anytime someone watches it, you sit there and think, I could do better, I could do better. That guy's an idiot, that guy's an idiot. And it was my missus at the time. She was like, well, if you think you could do better, you enter it. And that night I had a couple of brandies in me. I was quite brave. And I just went on Google straight away, found an application, and thought I entered it.
Okay.
And the first time I entered The Apprentice, again, I entered it with the intentions of I don't really care. But the further you get, you start caring a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I got to the last 30 of the 18 that get chosen. So I got to the last audition.
That's dope.
Yeah. And I thought, fuck, I'm going to make it here. Didn't get through. Then I thought about auditioning for the second time, but I got a phone call from them to say, you auditioned, you got quite far, can you audition again?
Yeah.
So for them to give me the call, I was like, fuck, I'm going to go through. And the same process went all the way through, but I was like kind of sped through all the rounds instead of being in the room for a long amount of time. They're like, we remember you from last year, yeah, you're through. At that point there, I actually thought, I'm going to be on The Apprentice. You've invited me, I'm back here. Again, got in the last 30 again, and then getting the call back. So then I just thought, I don't know, I had this little thing in me of maybe I want to be on TV. I'm getting this close. And then I heard Big Brother was coming back. And I thought, I'm going to fucking audition for this. And again, I know I was never a massive fan of Big Brother.
Yeah.
But I feel like with The Apprentice business ideas, it's great because what I do and what I am. But I feel like a lot of people don't see a personality to me as being behind the chair, being behind from work. I feel like going on there, I mean, everyone likes to do things for money, innit?
Yeah.
You think that's the real reason as well. You think, well, if I go on Big Brother, that could make me bigger. That could make more money. I could get more clients. My barbershop would blow. So that was one of the reasons. So anyway, I auditioned. This is the funny thing as well. I did not tell anyone when I first auditioned because, again, I didn't want to be cringed out. I was like, oh, you're applying for Big Brother. What are you going to do on Big Brother? So I didn't tell anyone. Didn't tell my missus. And I got a call back when I was on holiday with my missus. I took her to Gran Canaria and I had a birthday meal just sitting. And my phone kept buzzing and buzzing and buzzing. And I'm thinking, what the fuck's this? And then she was like, oh, just answer it quickly. Now, I didn't like answering my phone when I'm away from work. So I quickly answered it. And they're like, hello, I can't remember his name, something from Big Brother. You auditioned, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hold on. So I went aside and they said, look, we love your audition and we want to invite you to...
What does your audition look like? A tape and...
It was a self-tape, yes. It was just a self-tape, me at home. And I just pretty much said, I don't know, Big Brother's... my way, how I presented it was, one, I'm a barber. I can cut people's hair. They're going to be in there for 15 weeks, 16 weeks? I don't even know. Yeah. But I said, you're going to need a barber in there anyway. That's one.
That's a good pitch, actually.
Yeah. So
that's a dope pitch.
One, you're going to need people to look good on TV, and you can't have people coming in and out. So that's one, you need a barber in there. And who better than the 3-time winner of Barber of the Year, Hall of Fame, myself. But not only that, I said, when you watch in the show, I always go in my mind, that would be funny if you did that or that. And I'm a little bit of a wind-up merchant, and I like pulling pranks. So I was given examples of pranks that I'd do. I'll be like stealing the food, putting in someone else's bag, like John's, and I'm telling the other housemates, I think John's stealing food. And make this whole thing like be a massive argument. But I would always try and talk to the diary room or talk to the cameras and say, look, this is what I'm about to do. Or go in the diary room for no reason, talk to them, come back out and say, can I have everyone's attention? We've got a challenge to do, and make them do some stupid shit. Or just, I came across like that. They got a hold of my audition and said, look, we love your audition. So everything you're saying is what we're looking for.
Nice.
And then they said, we're also looking for the non-social media influencers, not people that want to get fame out of it, actual normal people with like...
Oh, no, they're
small
not,
following.
Big Brother.
Yeah, so... I was on holiday at the time.
Like, non-social people. Like, that's all they care about. But yeah, go on, sorry.
So that was shortlisted at the time. So they said, oh, look, when you come back from holiday, we'll... Because there wasn't a meeting process until the final round.
Yeah.
And I had 2 Zoom meetings, one with a director and one of the casting director, then the director. And again, they asked random questions. And I got good feedback. After the Zoom call, they sent me an email and they said, congratulations, you've got what we're looking for. And you're going to be shortlisted to be a contestant. And this was like back in April, May, June. So they said, you'll hear back from us in July. And they said, don't worry, you will hear back. July came, I didn't hear nothing back. So I emailed them just to recap what was going on. And one of the casting directors said, yeah, you'll definitely be hearing back. Just hold tight. And that was it. Didn't hear nothing back. So still to this day, I was shortlisted. Don't know how many people were on the shortlist.
Okay.
But I went through 4 rounds to get on Big Brother. So who knows? Like, I don't know. And it got to the point where I'd rather be told no straight away.
Yeah.
You know, when you start, again, it wasn't like my dream to be in the house. It was just like, I'm going to go for it. I got far. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, this could actually happen. And I did question myself, even when, by the way, when I got off the phone to Big Brother when I was with my missus, I then had to explain to her, I just auditioned for Big Brother and I might be potentially shortlisted. And she was like, why the fuck are you entering Big Brother? You've got kids in the house, what are you doing? I go, it's not Love Island. But so yeah, she was a bit weary at first, but then I got around to it.
At what point of the audition process did you like look at your dignity and go, where have you gone?
I questioned it a lot, I'll be honest.
Like I did question it. Because Trudge, you have to throw it out the window, with respect, man.
No, I totally get that. And I did question myself at that point. But I've come to a point in my career is I'm always trying to find the next goal, the next movement.
Yeah.
I can't stay complacent at all. And I do find that in my career now.
But you're so good at what you do, brother. I think you're bigger than Big Brother.
I think with my barbering career, I peaked very early. So all the goals that I've achieved in Barbers, I wanted to win the competitions, one of the biggest ones. Travel the world. I've traveled the world cutting hair, worked with some celebrities. I've got my own shop. I've all the stuff in ticking off my list on barbering, because I do have a goal list and things I want to achieve. Yeah. I pretty much ticked it all. And I was thinking, where else can I take my barbering career? So then that's when I started looking, because I do like presenting and go on stage.
For like award and
so
stuff,
so this is when I started looking to acting. I was like, if I do acting lessons, I could be a better presenter when I come into presenting being Barbers. Yeah. And then as it all adapted, and again, I got signed up to an acting agency, did some theatre work, some extra work. And then I started getting a little taste of maybe TV work. Maybe something like that. And again, this is why I didn't tell anyone, because I thought people would laugh. Entering Big Brother is the most cringiest show. But
it kind of is.
I kind of weirdly like it.
Yeah.
I do, because you don't know what's going to happen next. It's not like, I can't stand programs like Love Island and stuff like that, but I kind of like a bunch of people all being in a house, all with different opinions. And I love that, like, everyone's just not arguing, but everyone likes to have a different opinion. No one's pulling their weight around that. I think it's a great show. And I do feel if I was on it, it could have been the biggest mistake of my life, or it could have been a good thing. But yeah, I got shortlisted for it.
I think, fun fact as well, with all the acting stuff, he is in this.
Oh, serious?
I was in that, but I got sacked on my third day.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Bad memories. My apologies.
Sorry.
And do you know why? I'll tell you why as well, because they filmed this at the Cardington Hangars.
Yeah.
I was only an extra in it, but I've been a featured extra in Black Widow, which you do see me in that.
Yes.
But in Batman, it was in the Cardington Hangars, Bedford, my hometown. I thought, great. And I did 3 days working on that. And on the 4th day, you have to start these sets, as you know, like 3, 4 in the morning. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like 10 minutes from my house to get there. So I'm leaving enough time, but I'm also leaving. It's 4 in the morning. Who's going to be on the road? There was a lorry that turned over on the dual carriageway. They just stopped the road. And I was thinking, this doesn't happen at 4 a.m. Fuck. So I rang the production. I said, I might be late. I'm just letting you know what's happened. Obviously, I'm 10 minutes away. And then they pretty much said, well, because of continuity, we need to know if you're coming in or not, because you've been filmed in a couple of scenes. If you can't come today, we may have to. And I was like, all right, cool. Look, I'll make sure I'll be there. Anyway, I got there just on time for like costume fitting. And as soon as I pulled up, they rang me and said, yeah, the director doesn't want you in today because of continuity, and we're going to have to let you go from the whole thing. I was like, but I'm here. They're like, yeah. And I go, look, I'm on the phone to you. I'll be walking in right now. And they're like, yeah, I know, but we made our decision. And I kind of felt gutted, but then I thought, I should have just never even told them I was running late.
Just turn up.
I could have just turned up. I don't think they would have known I ran late or anything, but
wait for them to call you.
But low key, I was kind of a little bit glad, because it was fucking ice cold in them hangars. It was the middle of winter. I was freezing.
Yeah.
Right? So, but yeah, I've been in that Aquaman 2 that's coming out. You'll see me in that. I'm a featured extra in that.
Okay.
My missus won't be too happy about that, because my arms are around another girl.
Oh, it's acting.
It's acting.
It's acting. So what if your tongue's in her, in her booty hole and all that? Yeah, man. So if you're trying to do the Kanye with her, just babe, he's acting, all right? Shut up. I don't want her to slap me when I see her next. Let me not say nothing. But yeah, all right. So what's going on with Big Brother in here? It's the whole diversity reach that people, bro, in this day and age, I spoke about this as well with my therapist recently. There is a line that people cross when it comes to like natural diversity and forced diversity that I think a lot of these programs and a lot of like media don't know how to walk properly. When it comes to talent, Big Brother's you're not looking for talent in Big Brother. You're looking for a mix of people that you can get on a platform and go, now show us how you all merge, right? That's where the fun comes in. But when it comes to like different shows and like entertainment and so on, there is a major issue with diversity where people are being forcibly diverse to catch up for their lack of diversity before.
Yeah.
And everyone recognizes this. I'm a comedian. As a comedian, my first job is to be funny. But if you're going, all right, you're a comedian, you're black, can you come and do this show for me, please? I get the need for wanting diversity, but when my quota tick comes before, but are you funny? I feel you're doing an injustice. Like, I would like for more of my people to get opportunities, not just because, oh, we need more black people, or not just because, oh, we need more women on a comedy lineup, or we need more Asian, or we need more people from the LGBTQ plus community. It should be first and foremost, are you funny? Then afterwards, it should be, you're great, I want you on a show. People from all different backgrounds have been funny for a long, long time. The problem that has happened over the past maybe 20, 30 years in entertainment is that the door was always closed for everybody. So the only thing that people saw for funny were middle-class white males at the time. But there should have been, at that point, people just looking and going, it doesn't matter where you're from. Are you funny? Yes. You're funny and you're black. Come through. Are you funny? Yeah. You're funny. Oh, you're trans. Come through. It should just be everybody be welcome because they're funny. Now media has been scrutinized for so long of not being diverse. There's that super fast push now for, we need to show that we're being diverse.
Which they're making it a diverse problem.
And then what happens is the one of each, the one of each factor. Where now what they're doing to overcompensate for their short-sightedness before, they're now going the total other end of the spectrum, where now it doesn't even feel that you're looking for people who are talented in a particular field. It looks like you're trying to tick the boxes. And then for anyone who says, like, I'm a comedian, but I'm from this community, and then we go, oh, we need that community more than we need the comedy. And I think it's great everyone's getting these opportunities, but at the sacrifice of what their ability is first. And I think that's what the public are now becoming privy to.
So in my audition, the next round would have been to talk about diversity, and you had to go through a training camp before you get on the show to how to treat people, how to pronounce their pronouns, and you had to do a whole thing. So that, to me, it's fake, because you're kind of training people to act a certain way for a show that should be realism and should have their own opinions and how they should act and how they speak. And if they offend people, that's...
All right, so I'm on both. I'm on the fence with that. I do believe that there should be the conversation for people going into the environment where it's going to be really widely diverse, like Big Brother, to teach them. Like, there are ignorant people that still haven't adopted the idea that other people identify with different pronouns, or other people maybe from different communities, or what the right word to describe a person who is of a mixed ethnicity is, or because there are people still that will call me colored, right? There should be a training course to let you know that these are the terminologies that might be deemed as offensive to people, right? There should be that. But then when you go in that room and environment, if people get it wrong, there should be the open conversation between those from different backgrounds, different communities, different genders, different races, that should be able to have the conversation in that environment, and that's where the realism comes in. I do believe that there should be the teaching at the beginning so everyone is up to date with who they may meet up with in the environment. Because there are people from communities, villages, towns in Middle England that have never met people outside of their own community, because they stay in that village. They only go to their local pub. They go work in a little cost cutter at the end of the road, and that's where they stay. Have those conversations with people so they can at least be privy to what they may encounter. However, I'm on the side of you where go into these environments and have the open dialogue where conflict might come up, but conflict resolution is where you then develop and learn about different communities, about different backgrounds. So I see that side as well. I think I got to be very careful with this, because so many people are so quick on the topic of trying to be offended where you're actually agreeing with them, but because you don't say what they might want to hear, they go, you're not saying this. Well, actually I am, but if you hear me, I can explain where it's coming from. I think when you jump on the wave of what this is going on here, you are going to have some people that go, this is great, because there are many people that have now been seen, like different communities, that haven't had the chance to be seen. And this is the only opportunity that they can say that they are represented, because there's never a chance for them to be represented. But it's almost like any representation for me is what I need. Like if I get one chance for someone who looks like me to be on screen, I'll take it. But you have to then question, what is the intent of the people trying to do that? Is it because you genuinely want to put people from all different backgrounds on this platform, or are you only playing catch up because you failed back in the day of trying to be diverse and you were pulled up for it, so now you want to be performative and only show people we're diverse because we're scared of you reminding us that we were not diverse and we failed before?
Yeah, I think that's the case in this. I feel like
definitely.
I'd say we've looked at it and think we've got to make sure we take, and they do. You can go every single lot. You got disabled, white, black, trans, gay. You've got a whole diverse.
It's a whole spectrum of diversity, and if it's genuine, I think people would go, oh, we get it. It's like we don't force the diversity in your face so you can go, hey, we're doing what we can to let you know that we are definitely diverse. Yeah. That's where people go, yo, calm down. We're good with that. We're all right. If it felt genuine, you wouldn't have to be performative. It's the same thing as when you, like, when someone says they got a lot of money, like, yeah, I'm rich, I got all the money. What are you saying? You think they're broke.
Yeah.
Because you're throwing it in my face too much. We don't believe you, because if you had a lot of money and it was normal to you,
wouldn't be saying anything.
You wouldn't be saying anything. It would just be something that we know about you by the way that you live and conduct yourself. And I think that's what a lot of people have got pushback on when it comes to Big Brother. They are more concerned about it feeling like you're throwing this in our face and causing us to have to accept it, because you're then letting us know, look what we've done. We've ticked these boxes. We are forward thinking. But are you forward thinking because only 5-10 years ago you were behind the curve and are now trying to play catch up? And that's why I feel like there's a lot of pushback with forced diversity in media. What's big? All right, zoom out a little bit. Just I want to see what it was about Big Brother here. Can I just say, it's been good to have you on here, you know? Brother.
Thank you.
I can't lie. This is why barbershop conversations ain't too bad when you got the right barber. But I'll be honest, bruv. Shout out to my guy Shane. You get Shane in here, it's a different conversation. Hey, Shane. SB is a barber, bruv. SB, Shane is a barber who works with Mick, we were talking about earlier on. SB is a barber. You, brother, in here would be on some different things, blood.
Yeah, them topics probably.
I've never seen somebody from a community where you would think, because of how badly treated he may have been, be so offensive to his own community, bro. He's so disrespectful at times. So we got all the contestants on here. Olivia, I'm not going to spend too much on it, but Olivia, Dylan.
So you didn't watch it yesterday? You don't know who's who?
Bro, I don't watch Big Brother. I don't get stuck into programs like this, because once you get watch one episode, you're hooked.
Because I auditioned, I was like,
You want to see who beat you out in this?
I wanted to see who got in, yeah.
Good. That's how you're supposed to look and see why you failed. You should have told.
Not one person that resembles me or looks like me.
No, there was. Hold on, scroll up. Oh no! Wow. Good. We're sick and tired of seeing your face on television, mate.
It's good.
You and Trudge are everywhere, bro. I'm sick and tired of seeing.
I'm gonna apply next year now. But no, I think it's good that Big Brother's come back, because it did start to die out a little bit.
Brother, I'll be honest with you. I'm not completely hopeful for this one doing amazing. Like, it died out because it became. You felt like they were forcing. Do you remember the first Big Brother? It felt like they were like natural, and then you just saw we were watching people through cameras.
Yeah, because it was so new as well.
So new, Nasty Nick and all of that.
Yeah, that was addictive to watch.
Yeah, but now, like when you got to like season like 10, 11, 12, it felt like you were forcing us to watch people in these forced scenarios that doesn't feel natural, and we're just thinking this is fake and it's
forced.
Them
just wanted to be on TV for the sake.
Yeah,
of
and that's
fake stuff.
That's it. None of us. Let's be honest. None of us like to be force fed things that we don't want to be force fed. We want to see that if we're watching something, we're enjoying it for what it is. We were force fed all of this back in the last few seasons, and I think the reason that a lot of people are going to have a pushback on this in terms of the diversity quota being ticked off in here is it can feel like it's force fed. Watch a program where everyone is just who they are and they happen to be from different backgrounds without it feeling like you're forcing it at us. We'll accept it as a people.
Yeah.
But no one, whether it be diversity, whether it be humor, whether it be stories of struggles or stories of success, no one likes to be force-fed these things. We want to hear it and go, that sounds natural, and that's why I want to take it in and digest it. And I think that's what the pushback on this is always going to be, is this. So, well. You going to watch it, Trudge?
Nah, it was my very first TV job, so I'm not responsible for casting, by the way. I was very much like,
you decided not to put me on that show.
No, man, I was the guy making all the teas and that. So basically, that gave me my introduction into the world of TV.
What's it like?
Yeah, it was alright. It was really fun. You know the episode. I don't know.
Yeah, he made it. He's in TV. He's there.
Yeah, I've been around. Like, there was an episode where they thought this guy, what's it, David Guess was dead. I don't know if you remember that. It was like,
oh my God,
yeah.
With his was it his ex-wife?
It was David Bowie that died.
It was David Bowie that died. Yeah, that was one I worked on. I thought,
was it
amazing?
This is a great one to work on. Then
was it David Guess' ex-wife or David Bowie's ex-wife?
David Bowie's ex-wife. David Bowie's ex-wife was on the show. David Bowie died the time
in real life, and they had to tell her.
Yeah, so she comes out saying David's dead,
and they thought it was David Guess who was on the show at the time,
and who was ill in bed in the next room. So he just blew out a hand. It was the most funniest thing I've ever seen on TV.
It's sad and funny at the same time because that miscommunication almost gets. That's like scripted in like Friends or something. It's that level of kind of punchline humor. But yeah, it was David Bowie in it, and his ex-wife was in. And they were still very good friends, I believe.
Yeah, that was funny. That was comical.
All right, talk to me. What's next, Trudge?
What's next? What we got next? I think that might be on my topics. Let me see. London's Vagina Museum is reopening.
Wait, stop.
Nice. There's a thing. Reopening.
Which is a very funny thing to say about a vagina. Anyway, listen.
Why did it close?
Because she's celibate.
Whoa.
Why?
It's a thing.
Yo, next podcast, can we please put all the funny stuff at the top of the episode?
London,
ladies and gentlemen,
Museum to reopen after suppressing fundraising goals.
Let me do this. Mick, I got to do it as like because this is gonna get clipped up. Let me read this. London's Vagina Museum to reopen after surpassing fundraising goals. How did they raise the funds for the Vagina Museum? Do we have any guesses? Please spitball it in any disrespectful way you'd like. Mick?
How do they raise the funds? A lot of pervy men, I guess.
That's one. Trudge?
Yeah, like, you got the type of people willing to kidnap someone. You got people willing to donate to a Vagina Museum, I guess. I don't know. But they're the exact sort of people, though. Like,
what type of things are in that museum? I'm very intrigued. There's a big, massive tampon there that I can. That's art, I'm guessing.
Oh, and those are Mooncups to the left. Do you know what a Mooncup is?
No, it looks like I need to go there and learn it though.
Bro, do you know what a Mooncup is, Trudge?
No.
All right, so this is the beauty of being an enlightened man. A Mooncup is a recyclable use. It's a device, kind of. It's like the shape of a bowl that ladies insert inside themselves.
So it's like a female condom.
Kind of, but it's not that same kind of material. That female condom is flappy and whatever. Mooncup is more solid, right? And it's recyclable. So have
you ever seen one?
Only in shops. I've never seen one filled, no. And I don't want to.
No one's ever like...
No one's shown me them
Hold
Mooncup.
on, Aurie, let me put my Mooncup in.
No one's ever done that before. So...
Hold on. Let's kill the vibe and put my Mooncup in.
No, that's not what we're... Hold on. I'm going to find something for you, which is hilarious.
A picture of it. I want to know what it looks like.
A Mooncup. Do you want to show him while I look for this?
Yeah.
Men on a podcast looking for what a Mooncup looks like. That's crazy. There.
It looks like...
Oh, no, it's on Amazon now.
What the fuck? It looks like one of them toys you used to push in, and do you remember, and you used to spring back up?
No, I don't. No.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. It doesn't look like that.
Rubber little thing.
Can we please be respectful? A Mooncup is for... do you know I respect it? I'm somebody who likes to be as green as possible. You reuse it. So you wash it out.
A reusable female condom.
It's not a condom.
What is it?
It's used to catch menstrual cycle?
Semen.
No. When's the last time you did biology?
What's this for?
A moon cup is used when a woman is on her period to catch the blood from her period.
What happens to tampons?
Tampons are one use. They're really bad for the environment. So a moon cup
So
is
this
something...
plastic moon cup is not bad for the environment.
It's you wash it and reuse it.
Still made out of plastic.
Yeah, but you wash it and reuse it.
And how many do they make?
How many what?
How many do they make?
What do you mean, how many do they make?
So it's better for the environment, but they must make thousands of these things.
Yes, but they're reusable. But they make thousands of tampons, which you don't reuse. You use one. Do you know how periods work?
Yeah.
You don't have a clue, do you?
I mean, yeah.
We're men on a podcast talking about, and I'm having to explain as a man to another man about periods, and I'm not a woman. And you're the one in the relationship. What's wrong with you?
I get an understanding of it, but I try and, all that blood and stuff just creeps me out.
Hold on, there's a clip I'm going to send.
I respect women that go through it. I think men could never go through what women do.
Definitely not. I'm going to send you a clip to put up, right? This is of one of my friends in comedy. She is phenomenal. I love her to bits. She's such a great comic. But there's a clip she done where when she did it, mate, I was totally upside down. I knew it was coming, right? I'm going to send it to you. Actually, I'm going to send the clip to, hold on, share to AirDrop. It should come up on the computer. Play it. So it's of Sarah Keyworth, and she talks about a moon cup and what they are. It is a hilarious comedy clip. Did it come up? All right, yeah, play that.
Just thing that happened to me recently was my girlfriend. She bought me a new bit of technology called a moon cup, right? Just make some noise if you don't know what a moon cup is. Yeah, don't worry, I'll explain. Basically, it's an alternative to a tampon, right? It's a little silicone cup, and instead of soaking up, what it does is it fills up, so it's good for the environment, so it makes me feel quite fancy, because that's quite posh, isn't it? Yeah, but the problem is, every time I use it, what I do is I take it out, and it's there, and it's full, and every time I just get this little voice in the back of my head that's like, shut it.
Fucking hell. That's disgusting.
Shouts to Sarah Keyworth, man.
I've never done it.
You can see my comment on there as well, actually.
Wow. Oh. Posh person would sip it, wouldn't they?
I've learned something today. I never knew about moon cups.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's why you need to go to the National Vagina Museum.
And see all the moon cups.
Yeah, not just moon cups.
Let's plan a trip. Let's go.
I'm not going with you. If there's one person, I'm not going to the National Vagina Museum. Imagine two blokes
Let's
going
see
to
more
the
pictures of this National Vagina Museum. I want to see more pictures. What's the purpose of it though? Like, is it educational purposes or?
Yeah, I would think so. It's a museum, and also of different types. I think it's normalizing vaginas and different shapes, sizes.
Is there a penis museum?
No.
Why?
Why
don't men have a penis museum?
A penis museum. I mean, if you think about it, the Natural History Museum is a museum full of what men stretching and expressing their penis was doing when it comes to, oh, look at us, we're hard as nails, we stole things from all other countries. I think that's the closest thing you can get to.
I find this offensive.
You're an idiot.
A whole museum about vaginas, but not one mention about a penis museum.
I have a question, Mick.
Vaginas wouldn't work without a penis.
Mick, if there was a penis museum,
Shane would be the first one to go.
I was going to ask if you would. Exactly. So you can, like, men are never happy, are we? We always say that women are never happy. That's not true. This man has a museum that he can go and visit with vaginas everywhere, right? And he likes vaginas, but he's complaining that he cannot go to a museum with loads of penises there because he wants men to be represented, but he wouldn't even want to go to the museum.
I'm sure if there was loads of penises museum, a lot of women will say, why isn't there a vagina museum?
Yeah.
So my question is, why isn't... I mean, there probably is, but why isn't...
There probably isn't, but not in England. It'd be like in Europe somewhere. Like, probably shown on Eurotrash or something like that. But yeah, there's probably just pictures. I mean, taking the jokes out of this now, it's probably just a whole load of pictures and like just contents of like when the first moon cup was made, tampons were made. Also, normalizing vaginas. And probably on a more serious note, there are people around the world that when it comes to like genitalia mutilation and stuff, they call it, don't they? That awareness needs to be risen for that because of just how horrid that is when it comes to what happens to young women around the world. When it just I don't know. I've never been to a vagina museum. We could
go. Let's go.
Hold on, let me read it. Last year, when it moved to Bethnal Green, it hosted the exhibition's periods, A Brief History from A to V. I like that, A to V, which looked at gynecology, anatomy, and activism. Yeah, so it's going to have a lot of things, which is what...
The exhibition Muffbusters.
Wait, what? Don't tell me that says it on there. Where is it?
Muffbusters.
Wait, where does it say that?
They go down there.
The exhibition Muffbusters.
I'm using that word from now on.
We were being serious earlier on. We were being serious earlier on about what the museum is doing, but you can't put an article with Muffbusters in there.
That is my new favourite word.
And not make me giggle a little bit.
Term to a vagina.
I would go to it. I'd have no problem with going to it. I'll be honest with you. But for the reason you want to go, no. I'd actually be interested to see what the curators of this museum have put together in terms of what they felt.
I'm curious. A whole museum about vaginas. I think it's a great thing, really.
Yeah, well, it sounds perverse when you talk about that, the way you say it. For me, I'm genuinely interested. Wait, what's...
Genuinely interested in vaginas without being perverse.
Yeah, if they put it in a museum. Yeah.
You would generally like to know more about vaginas without it to being anything to do.
I think for me to understand what women in my life go through, yeah, I wouldn't mind.
It is a lot what women go through, though. I do respect, especially when women have babies as well. My partner having 2 children, women go through a lot of shit.
See, you've seen that happen,
and yeah, my respect
twice.
For women, it just goes up even more when I see that. That was we couldn't go through that.
Muffbusters, though. That's killing me. That's killing me. All right,
it's great. Let's go.
What else? What else is going on?
I'm out of topics.
No worries, that's fine. I got one before we wrap up, actually. Right, and I was typing it, and I've had this before, and this is a difficult one. So I'm gonna put it right here, and I've got one more that I got to put in. It's a one got to go. You know when one's got to go and everything they've ever been in or done.
Right.
Right. All right. Are you ready for this? It's an acting one.
Okay.
Trying to think of the fourth person because I've lost it. Oh, there it was. Okay, fourth person. There we go. One's got to go. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Leo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Are you for real?
It's going to be between him and Ben Affleck, I think.
I mean, no.
I like Ben Affleck. Matt Damon's done better films.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have arguably got probably the best rise in creating movies ever because of their initial one with Good Will Hunting.
Compared to Tom Hanks and Leo, they're a different level though.
Leo and Tom Hanks, yeah, different level.
So you can't, them two are out of the question.
I don't know about that.
Between Ben Affleck.
Hold on. So all the Bourne films.
I haven't seen many. I haven't seen them.
All right. All right. I'm going to get a list. Because you're quick to say Matt Damon, right?
But he was in the Shawshank Redemption, wasn't he?
No.
Who was that in that?
No.
That was Matt
Who
Damon.
you thinking? Matt Damon was not in Shawshank Redemption. None of the 4 that I mentioned are in Shawshank Redemption.
Who's the guy in Shawshank Redemption?
Morgan Freeman.
And the other guy
yeah, that doesn't look like Matt Damon.
the other guy with him. That's what's his name. Yeah, I'm thinking.
No, that's he's much older.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name again.
What am I thinking of then? He does a film with Robbie Williams. What's that film?
There it is. Tim Robbins. Robbie Williams. Yeah, Good Will Hunting.
Good. That's the film I'm thinking.
Yeah. So you're gonna say Matt Damon? That's The Martian. All the Bourne films. I liked Air, but that's new, so I can get rid of that. That's no Interstellar.
Oh.
No Oppenheimer. Has to go.
He was good in Team America as well, wasn't he?
I just said Interstellar and Oppenheimer, and he went, yeah, Team America. Bro, that's
they made a puppet version of him, and he was hilarious.
I was going to say that's no Departed,
For
but
that reason,
DiCaprio could get put in
I'm going to get rid of Ben Affleck.
Hold on. Oceans as well. All the Oceans films for Matt Damon.
Let's run off Ben Affleck.
Saving Private Ryan. But then Hanks is in that too. So if you couldn't.
Hanks is a G. I like Hanks.
Bro, Stillwater.
Leo's my favourite actor.
Elysium. All right, let me first say Ben Affleck.
It's got to be Ben Affleck.
No, but watch this. If Ben Affleck isn't about, I mean, there's a lot of films that you're going to sit here going, all right, ready? Because people forget. All right, no Gone Girl, no Good Will Hunting. Air's also gone too. You're not going to care about Batman vs Superman, are you?
No, that was terrible.
I loved the Justice League though, but the one that was the Snyder cut. The Accountant, Town, Aquaman. Affleck's in the new Aquaman. So no, you can't be in the film then.
I'm getting rid of Ben Affleck.
Armageddon.
Oh,
Ah, we go.
A Life Without Armageddon.
Armageddon.
That was a great movie.
Sum of All Fears. I like that. Giggly. Who else? What else?
He did a good Christmas film. I like that.
Bro, when I look at Ben Affleck's like films, there was a big time where he wasn't really doing that well.
Should we get rid of him then?
It might have
Who
to
are you
be
saying
Ben.
that then for?
You know, might sound controversial. I'm actually tempted.
If you say
to
Tom Hanks.
No, I'm tempted to say Leo. You know.
What?
No. Hear me out.
Trudge, Leo.
No.
Let me get these films up.
Nah.
Let me get these
No,
films
no.
up.
Go on. Let's hear it.
But he ain't been in
You're
a lot of
podding,
stuff.
bruv. You're podding. You must be.
No, I'm serious.
Go on.
Because he ain't been in a lot of stuff. Everything he's been in, all the ones I like anyway, like biopics, like Titanic, like that's an event. Someone else could have done
Kind of a
that.
biopic. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Wall Street, that's a biopic. Like someone could have done that as well.
Bro. Nah, someone
know.
could have done it. Not like him. Maybe someone could have. It could because he was mad
What about
erratic
that
in
film? It
that.
was in a dream, in a dream.
Inception.
Oh no, I
That-
forgot about that. Oh no,
That's what I'm saying. Inception.
Or Catch Me If
Shutter
You Can.
Island. Catch Me If You Can. Bro. Bro, The Great Gatsby. Django.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've got a bit.
Django.
Maybe I was podding there. That's
You're podding, bruv. You're making this up. You're just doing it for the bands. Gangs of New York.
Blood Diamonds.
Blood Diamond. I didn't read that Blood Diamond as much, but it was a good
Shutter
film.
Island.
Shutter Island. J. Edgar was dead. Love. Wait, he wasn't in Love Actually.
What was that first film when he played the disabled kid?
Um.
Johnny Depp was in it as well.
Yeah. It was called. No, Marvin. It's not Marvin's Room. It's older than that. Where is it?
Something grape.
This Boy's Life.
No.
I'll find it.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
That's it. What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
His acting in that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
You actually thought he was just like
You thought he was a young disabled child. Yeah, he was really,
The
really good.
Beach. What? Nah, you can't get rid of Leo.
Johnny Depp was in that. Darlene Cates, Juliette Lewis, yeah.
Ben Affleck. Let's get rid of that weight.
It's got to be Ben. It's got to be Ben. I'm sorry, Ben. And I love Justice League, Snyder Cut, but
He doesn't make the cut.
yeah.
What about female actresses?
I'll do that for next week. I don't want to do one on here. Hold on. Like two in a row.
Yeah, it's got to be.
But I remember doing one and it was hard. I remember I'll do it next week, but I put Angela Bassett, Viola Davis, Mel Streep, and there was one more. I can't remember who it was. And I couldn't pick. In fact, I almost picked Mel Streep. Couldn't get rid of Viola. She's been in some films that have brought tears to my eyes. Like The Help. Oh. And Angela Bassett, Waiting to Excel, and Black Panther. I couldn't get rid of her. There's other films as well, but yeah. But nah. Okay, that's that. I'm not gonna do. We'll do another one next week. One's got.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Last meal on earth, from starter, main, dessert. What would it be?
Before or after I've been to the Vagina Museum.
What's that? Because that does matter.
I'm joking.
Let's say after. You've done all your activities. The last thing you can do.
No, because I was gonna say
It's
vagina.
like a
but no.
3-course meal.
No, all jokes aside. Starter.
Starter, main, and dessert.
Plantain has to be somewhere, so I'm gonna put plantain in the main with that. So, last meal. Oh, I'm going soul food, right? A cross between Jamaican food and soul food, because I love both, and it has to be a food that I don't have to worry about how much I put on the next day, because if it's my last meal on earth.
It doesn't matter, like calories.
Okay, cool. Starter. Oh, sheesh. You threw that one on me. Starter, weird prawn cocktail with salad.
That is so dead.
Hold on.
Last meal on earth.
Hold on. The starter, prawn cocktail with salad, or it's prawns though. It's got to be prawns, or dynamite shrimp from PF Chang's. Dynamite shrimp from PF Chang's as a starter. The main, rice and peas, yams. So sweet candied yams, sweet potatoes, but they say yams in the States. So yams, macaroni and cheese, broccoli's on that as well, spinach is on that.
You don't have to be healthy.
I don't care. I love broccoli spinach. So I'm dying next day. I know broccoli spinach has to have to be on there. I want to say chicken, roast chicken, 1 salmon fillet, big portion of plantain, macaroni and cheese. It's filling me up.
And dessert.
Apple crumble with vanilla and liquor ice cream. That's me.
That sounds good. What about yours?
Solid. Cheese. Have you ever been Cheesecake Factory?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Whoa! No, I'm gonna argue this in a minute, but go on. Go, please.
All right,
please.
chicken sliders. That's the starter from there. The main. I would then leave the Cheesecake Factory and then like get myself some bolognese with garlic bread.
Yeah.
That's my main. And my dessert. Oh. Wait, no, I can't say this. There's a dessert the Harvester used to do. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Go on.
It was called the Rocky Horror. I don't know if they still do it.
Remember that?
Unbelievable. Honestly, it was the best thing I ever ate. So that's mine.
Okay.
You thought about that before.
Yeah, man.
What about yours? I bet something's gonna be Italian in there, isn't it? I knew it
Of
straight.
course, mine's gonna be a lasagna as my main.
Yeah.
Lasagna, either a cannoli or a tiramisu for dessert.
Okay.
Starter, maybe wings. Wings.
Okay. I am arguing with you at Cheesecake Factory.
Not a fan.
No, it's not. I'm not a fan. A lot of British people, and I learned this from spending so much time over there in America now, a lot of British people go, Cheesecake Factory is the one because it's like hearing Popeye's chicken is the chicken and chip shop to go to in America. Whereas when you go there, it's okay. It's not bad. It's basically our Sam's Chicken or Morley's or Dixie's or whatever, right? Yeah. You go over there, it's so common. Cheesecake Factory is the same. There was a place I went to in Brooklyn. I'm going to find the name of it right now. It's like, it's not called Lloyd's, is it? What's it called? It was so dope. I'll find the name of it right now. And I went there and the amount of, like I said to Shy, yo, Cheesecake Factory, let's go there. She's like, you want cheesecake? I said, yeah. I said, I'm going to show you somewhere else that when you go there, you'll understand it's so much better. Junior's. I'm going to show you a picture. Yeah, type it on there. Junior's Cheesecake. And put Brooklyn. Go to images. All right. No, type cheesecake in the search as well. For those who are listening, I need you to wait for their reaction when they see the different types of cheesecake that's on here. All right, ready? Go. Keep going. Look at that one up there. Look at the selection.
Where's this?
This is in Brooklyn.
So it's not a franchise, it's one shop.
I think they got a couple of them, but it's New York based.
And they're known for their cheesecake.
Yes. Big time known. It's like a proper old school diner when you go in there, but the cheesecake, like imagine that whole wall.
He wanted a Rocky Horror though. He didn't want a cheesecake from cheesecake. He just wanted chicken.
No, I know, but when people hear cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory, they're like top notch because it's the Cheesecake Factory. Look at all of that. Can you zoom into any of that? Let's have a look. Look at all the different ones that you got on there. That's all the food that they do. But look at all the different ones they got. Delicious.
Why?
No, bro, look at it carefully. Look at the swirly ones and stuff.
That's okay.
Nah, come on, Sam. Trudge.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
It looks dope.
Yeah.
But people hear Cheesecake Factory and go, that's where we need to go. Like, I swear, like, have you not noticed? You go to, like, how many people go to, like, Italy and they learn about one thing in Italy which is basic to you, or they hear something. How much does it annoy you? Oh man, I love Italian food. Do you know where I like to go? Zzz's. How much does that annoy you?
Ask. I had this conversation with a customer the other day. He was saying there's not really good Italian restaurants. Yeah. I was trying to tell him, it's like, you're thinking of Ask and Zzz's and shit like that.
That's it.
Nah.
And you're an Italian, so you're like, bro, it's not the case. When I went Tuscany in Italy, I went there on a cruise. Me and Shai were out there, and we went to, we got on a bike from Tuscany, from the port where the cruise was, and we went into this little villagey area where it had a big cathedral or church in there, but it was closed. And the whole village is shut down because it was middle of the day. So they were on like that couple of hours where they don't open the shops.
Yeah.
Right? In Spain, they call it a siesta. Yeah. But I don't know what they call it in Italy, right?
Same thing.
Same kind of thing though. But it was so quiet in this village. But a couple of restaurants was open. We went to this one place where they made the tomato sauce from scratch. The Italian food in Italy, like fresh. Like that's the one thing you could taste, the freshness.
Have you ever been Rome?
No.
So, capital of Italy. I went to Rome for 4 nights, and it was my first time visiting Rome, and I was so excited to have food from the capital. I sat down and had my first meal. Shit.
I've heard Rome is for tourists.
And I thought, what the fuck is this? I couldn't figure out. And my missus, she's English, and she was like, no, this is really nice. And I'm like, I've had better Italian food in Bedford.
Because of Bedford is Italy.
Yeah. So then the second night, same thing again. I sat down in a nice restaurant, looked nice, shit. And I thought, what the hell's going on? So I had to go back to my hotel, and I asked a lady who lives there, the locals, where do you locals who live here in Italy, where do you go? And
they leave Rome.
And they said, she gave me a restaurant that was like 10 minutes taxi drive just outside the central of Rome.
Yeah.
And this place was like my nan's house. It was like a house that was built into a restaurant, so authentic.
Yeah.
And you walk in, not many tables. There's only a small restaurant. You go in there, and I knew I was in the right place because I saw pictures like Francesco Totti.
Yeah.
And people like that. You think, okay, you sit down, and it wasn't even that expensive compared to the commercialized restaurants.
But
it was
beautiful.
Amazing,
exactly.
Because again, it's commercialized. And these big restaurants, you haven't got authentic Italian people cooking the dinner. You have a lot of like Romanians, Russians, Albanians coming over to Rome.
Yeah.
And making
for the people, for the tour.
Yeah.
And in Rome, it's for the tourists.
Yeah, and it just wasn't. I can taste how authentic it was in the last restaurant I went to, and I was well disappointed in Rome.
I'm trying to find this place that we went to, and it had big crosses outside of the actual church in the middle of like the square in Tuscany. It was 10 miles away from the port, but we got electric bikes and we rode all the way down there, and it was beautiful. Actually, I took pictures, so I geotagged the pictures. It was beautiful. The food, delicious. It was fresh. Authentic Italian food. And the one thing they said to me is, when you go to there, do not go to Rome if you're going to be in Tuscany. Like, stay in Tuscany. Where was it? It was Petra. Hold on. This area is called Pietrasanta, I think it was called. Something like that. Let me show you the food. Right? Where we went to. It was so buff.
And I'm feeling hungry right now.
I am starving. Hey, look. So that was that one.
Yeah, banging.
It was so nice. So dope. This place, it was just hot outside and we just ate there. The restaurant, I love it. I can zoom in. The restaurant was called, I can't even see the pictures. But it was in Pietrasanta, it was called, the area. It was just so much more genuine and authentic. But that's the same with Cheesecake Factory. I find that when you hear Cheesecake Factory, that's what they say. You go there and it's banging, but it's only banging because you're not from America. So for us, we're like, it's great. The same way that people come here and goes, I want to go Nando's. Love it here. Americans come here and they're like, we want to see what Nando's is saying. They go Nando's, they're like, banging. I'm like, it's Nando's. It's Nando's. But yeah. All right, we got to wrap this up. You got home to go to, I could tell. I'm hungry. Now it's made me hungry, all of that food talk.
I'm starving now. I want to go home and eat. But it's
all right. Anything you want to let people know you're doing or what's going on with you? Other than just like follow you.
I'm trying to work that out myself.
Catch me on Big Brother, season 17.
I'm still there. I'm still working in my shop, slaving away.
Where's the shop?
It's Bedford High Street, Damiano Hair. And if you haven't heard about me, come see me. Come see me or my team. It's been great. Great pleasure to be here. It's been fun. It's good to talk about topics that are not barbering related, because every time I have a customer in my chair,
it's non-stop.
I know it's my job and I like it, but it's good to. We haven't talked about any celebrity hairstyles or anything like that, so it's great.
Fair dues. Trudge?
I've got nothing to talk about really. Just
comedy. What's going on with the
comedy? I've taken a little break in the minute, but we've got Doghouse comedy again coming up end of the month. Have one every month. Be on the lookout, I guess, for the TV show I'm working on. Andrew Mentz's stand-up Kickabout.
I see that he got his mum on there, didn't he? With the
Oh no, I don't know.
With the food.
Oh yeah, no. So we got his
shout out to Andrew Mentz, huh?
Yeah, he's a cool guy. We've got basically he's going around like the UK. And he's like exploring like the most obscure like football clubs and that.
Yeah.
And whilst he's in like this weird obscure town, he's doing like a stand-up show basically. So it's, you know, they got me involved because they were like, Sam, you know, you do stand-up. I'm sure you can like kind of lead the project. Well, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that should be pretty decent on TNT Sports. There you go, a little plug again.
Fair dues, nice, big up, man. So I announced I'm doing my my preview shows for my tour. The tour is the Orator Tour, happening in February to. First leg is February to May 2024, but I need people to come down to the shows. So the preview shows. The tour material's nice, but I need it tighter. How about you can come down when you see the bare bones of the show, you can banter with me directly, and you could tell me, yo, that joke was good or it was terrible. That is happening in London. Which one? Two North Down is on the 15th of November. Then you got 2nd of December is in Edinburgh at Monkey Barrel. And then back to London again for Angel Comedy Club in January. And that is on the 25th of January. Tickets are available from auriestyla.co.uk. Make sure you get them. I need you to come down and help me with the material, help me bill it, and help me kill it. That's how I see it, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you come down and check that out. I'm done. Also, follow Respectfully Pod on all social media platforms. Follow Mick on his, which is MIC DAMIANO, DAMIANO. Did I say right?
You got it.
Boom, Trudge. Sam Trudgill.
I've switched it now. I had to switch it after last week.
Why?
It's just easy for people to spell.
What'd you do now?
So now my my Instagram name is @SamTrudge. There you go. Nice.
TRUDGE. Sam Trudge. Make sure you follow Sam Trudge.
Depressing name ever, but let's go.
Nah, but Trudge sounds like you're on like crud. Like it sounds like like a guy. Hey, mine out. Trudge is coming for you, bro.
Serious name.
It does sound like that, innit?
Hey,
say less. All right, man, we'll move. I don't want Trudge to come for me. That's what it feels like. But yeah, that's what it sounds like. But yeah, man, that's us. Respectfully Pod. Like, share, subscribe. If there's anything you liked on here, make sure you let us know. If there's anything you didn't like, make sure you let us know. We probably won't read it anyway. Guys, take care. God bless. Look after yourself. Until next time. Boom.
Bless.
Respectfully.